future. Visit drinktap.org to learn more. This message is brought to you by the American Water Works Association and your local water provider.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Ingalls Studio, WPEK Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, W225CJ Candler, an iHeart radio station, guaranteed human. Live from the Ingalls Studio.
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
The Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dogs eat! Let them on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh my God, the Jets killed him.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. Sportsocracy heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app. We're seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click that live video link, subscribe to the channel, join us in the chat. And today it is
Overreaction Monday.
Coming to us live from the Greenville, South Carolina studios.
Day one of two. I'm on the road again. Another hotel calls my name because apparently I just don't ever get to sleep in my bed ever again.
No, you did this to yourself. Greenville, South Carolina, on the way to Atlanta, Georgia, where we were this weekend for the Ingalls Living the Dream Tour. It was victorious SEC champion Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, congratulations.
Dominating.
You got one. You want to talk about your other team? Because that's way more interesting to me.
What are you talking about?
The other, fire them cannons, by golly, put more powder in them. That's way more interesting for me to talk about.
I don't know why. That was a team you already knew wasn't going anywhere.
Oh, we'll get there. Have no fear. But we do have to start with the college football playoff.
Exactly. The big ranking reveal yesterday,
which we watched in a McDonald's in Piedmont, South Carolina.
That we did.
When people say your life seems it seems super luxurious. That's what we show you. What we don't show you is having some very large individual sitting next to you going, "Can I watch too?" Oh, yes, you can. Let me set my phone up here on this and turn it up so you can hear.
Sure, I'm just not sharing my fries with you.
Yeah, you can't touch my McRib, but you are allowed to watch this with us.
So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish get left out. Alabama doesn't get punished at all for the loss to Georgia in the SEC championship game. Miami jumps into the field. Apparently, after they put the teams right next to each other, they finally realized, hey, wait, one of these teams beat the other one.
I don't know your take. We talked about it yesterday, but we really talked more about what we're going to spend the bulk of this hour talking about, which is, hey, how do we fix how bad you've screwed this up? I think the committee got this as right as they were allowed to get it.
Correct. They checked all of the boxes that they possibly could from the bad position that they put themselves in. Because you're right, there is a way to fix it, and we will fix it.
Mm-hmm. John Gruden got us started on this because he had some good ideas, but then he said some crazy stuff. And we need to get away from the crazy and get to things that make sense, which are basically just common sense.
Well, congratulations to the group of five. This is the last time you will ever get two representatives in this playoff.
Did you see the picture I put on our social medias this morning?
I don't believe I did.
It was Sheldon and Howard from Big Bang Theory.
Right.
They're sitting in the living room there. And it's Sheldon saying, I never said you weren't good at what you do. I just said you do something that's not worth doing. And I had taken the logos from Miami and Alabama, and JMU and Tulane were at the bottom.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, look, I mean, it's the way it had to go because that's what the rules say, right? It's just like the ACC championship game. Never again will there be an 8-5 team in that championship game, because they'll go back and they'll fix that.
Sure, I mean, and that one's easy to fix.
Rule that they didn't expect to get to. Again, they came into a situation where you never thought that the ACC champion, and you used to have a Pac-12 champion that was better than a group of 5.
Well, I mean, now we have the Pac-12 in the group of 5 starting next year.
But what I'm saying is, when the rule was written, you had 2 more big power conferences that should have kept this from happening. And now one no longer exists, and the other one's not as big of a power as you want it to be. And it kind of screwed itself. But it was a perfect storm to lead you into yet another, hey, this needs to be fixed. This is a hole in the system. I don't know that the group of 5 will ever get another one in the playoff, because I don't know if after this we won't just go, screw this, we're not doing any of the conference champion thing. Oh,
I mean, and that's a decent place to start. The easiest way to fix this, yes, group of 5. We will confirm and commit to you will have a team in the playoff if they're in the top 15 of the rankings. Anybody going to be angry about that? If you get a Boise State that's a top 10 team in the country, we'll let them in.
Yeah.
They're going to get frog stomped by whoever they play, but you still have access to this, because that's what everybody's saying. I love the reactions today of everybody for 3 years now has told me, well, we have to be fair. We got to be fair and let these teams get in. You know what the number one complaint across, I think we made 50 posts this weekend. Number one complaint was, who wants to watch Tulane and JMU? That's exactly what I've tried to tell you for 3 damn years. And I've gotten pushback every single time I've said it. I knew this was coming. I knew this day was coming because I've watched where all the talent's going. Because these guys would rather be the third stringer at Georgia than the starter at Tulane. If you don't believe me, look at the starters at JMU, look at the starters at Tulane. Hey, the starting quarterback for Tulane, where'd he come from? BYU. Because he got kicked out of school, he went to Tulane, and he was the best quarterback in group of 5 football, and it wasn't all that close. And that was enough for them to get a seat at the table. And now they're going to get slaughtered by Ole Miss, who's the luckiest team in the history of college football. I do love Ole Miss fans that were, hey, you still believe you're going to lose in the first round? No, I don't believe you're going to lose the first round. I think you're going to win one game, and then you're going to mess around and see those drunk, obnoxious Georgia fans, and you are going to look a lot like those houndstooth people I saw on Saturday looked, which is just unmitigated sadness of, are we going to score at all?
Yep.
That's exactly the easiest part of fixing this long term for me. If you're a group of 5 and you want to get in, fine. That is fine. You better be undefeated because you're going to have to be in the top 15. If you're not, you're disqualified.
I don't even want to see that. I don't even want to see top 15. I want to see top 12. If you're in the top 12, you're in. Let's just stop it. I want to see the 12 best teams possible.
That's what I'm after. I'm trying to think of ways that you can get this agreed to.
Yeah.
I mean, because, look, we still, for whatever reason, care what the Sun Belt thinks. I don't know why that is. I can't figure that out. By the way, I have to say this. My show tonight, one of the things that we're going to discuss is bowl games are dead. They're dead.
Yeah.
Do you know how many teams the Birmingham Bowl had to ask to play before they finally found a team that would? They had at least 7 teams tell them no. Wow. Florida State, Baylor, Rutgers, I can't remember all of the ones that I saw. They all said no. So now you get the, I think it's JBL, Birmingham Bowl, which is Georgia Southern and Appalachian State. What's the problem with that?
Aren't they in the same conference?
They're not just in the same conference, they're in the same division in the same conference. They play every single year.
Yeah.
And now we get it in a bowl game that tens and tens of people will watch. Notre Dame confirmed bowls are dead. D-E, dead.
Right. Part of me was kind of surprised when I saw that because, I mean, I've just never heard of a team doing that before. But then it didn't take long for me to get to, well, yeah, why would I play in that game? Because, 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago or was it just last year that they made the run all the way to the championship and got to keep all the money? Like, I had one postseason run that made me $60 million, and now you're telling me that I can come play in your little bowl game for $1 million? I mean, I think I could skip it. I'd probably do myself better favor by getting the time to rest or whatever.
I'm not mad at Notre Dame for not playing in a bowl game. No, I'm mad at how they did it. But we are going to talk about that in a little bit. Actually, in the next segment, because Notre Dame is they're a funny part of this.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a question as simply as I can.
All right.
Did the committee get this as right as they could this year within the confines of what they were tasked to do?
Yes.
So you would have had Alabama in, even though we saw them in Atlanta and it wasn't pretty.
Well, I might have shook up the rankings a little bit, but I probably still would have left them in.
Okay, you would have shaken up the rankings. How would you have shaken up the rankings?
I don't know. I'd move them from 8 to 9.
Well, they're 9. They are
9 to 10 or whatever.
So you would have dropped them behind a team that didn't play because they lost in a game that they earned the right to play in.
Yes.
That makes zero sense to me. Because if that's the case, and here's the reason they didn't do that. If you do, you will never get a 6 seed that plays in this game again. Because I have no incentive to play in it. I'm so angry at myself that I didn't see the Notre Dame out in this of, we could do that. And not only do we keep out a team that we don't want in here, we keep out a team that we've been telling for years to join a conference, and we get to keep the conference championship games. I'm so mad that I didn't see that ahead of time because I just assumed Notre Dame was in. I love that they're not. Now, does it bother me a little bit that means Notre Dame played, 13 weeks of a season with absolutely no chance to get in whatsoever? That's not great. Because that means a 3-point loss to Miami, who's in, and a 1-point loss to Texas A&M, who's in, was enough for no.
Yes.
Well, that's what happens when you play a schedule who your third and fourth best games for USC and Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Every game matters. Look, you would have got more of a look if your schedule had been a little tougher. Maybe you need to stop playing Navy. I get you think that's a
I'm fine with Navy.
Rivalry.
I'm fine with you playing Navy. That's a rivalry, and it is a rivalry. You diminish the service academies. That's on you. You need to talk to somebody about that because you're wrong. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I have a problem with? NC State, Boston College, Syracuse, and Stanford. That's who I have a problem with. You're playing the dregs of the ACC. See, Notre Dame wants to be in a conference, but they want all of the positives of a conference with none of the negatives. The committee just told you, excrement or get off the pot. Your call. We don't care which one. It's your call.
Why, though? Why would I?
Why would you what?
Because if I can make it, because if most years I can make it, why wouldn't I just do what I'm doing now?
I think they just told you most years you're not going to make it. Last year was an aberration. That's how I read this.
See, but what you're going to do is now everybody's so ticked off that I'm not in the playoff.
I don't think
teams,
anybody's ticked off they're not in the playoff. I haven't seen one person yet that is not associated with Notre Dame that's upset they're not in it.
Oh, we're not happy that the group of five is in it. And if the group of five isn't in it, then guess who's in it? It's Notre Dame.
No doubt. If it were up to me, Notre Dame and BYU would be in, and Tulane and JMU would be playing in the Birmingham Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That would be ideal. What the committee has now told you is Notre Dame, for you to get in, you have to go 11-1. If you have 2 losses, we will leave you out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this guarantees they'll be in a conference by the fall. And you're going to tell me I'm wrong, and that's fine. I'm looking at their schedule moving forward going, I'm seeing a lot of losable games on this in the next handful of years. I'm seeing teams that you can lose to on and on and on and on and on down the line. Because next year, and I had the schedule pulled up, and there it is. So next year they play at North Carolina, who's going to be markedly better. They play Miami. They play SMU, who's always a pain. And they play Wisconsin, who in theory should be better, and that game's at Lambeau.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, the rest of their schedule is complete trash.
Mm-hmm.
Rice and Michigan State, and Navy and Boston College and Stanford and Syracuse. You lose 2 games next year, you're out again. Yep. 2027, they play Auburn, they play Georgia Tech, they play Virginia Tech, who I think will be way better, and they play at Clemson. 28, they play Texas, Arkansas, at Auburn, at Virginia Tech, Clemson, Miami of Florida. There are at least 5 losable games on their schedule every year past next year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that tells me? Notre Dame's headed to a conference. I don't know if it's the Big Ten or the ACC. If it were me, it'd be the ACC. I don't want to play with Ohio State. I don't want to play with Indiana and Michigan and Penn State. I don't do that. I go to the ACC and be the second best team there just because I showed up.
But with those schedules changing, I mean, does that change anything for them? Because most of those teams you mentioned were ACC teams anyway.
Mm-hmm. That's why I say it's the ACC. I don't have to change anything. We can carry out the scheduling the way we have. Take a couple of these little filler games because as of right now, the 26 schedule is done. So I don't believe they could do this for the 26 season. They could agree to it, but I don't think they could do it. 27, they only have 9 games on the schedule, and 5 of them are against the ACC.
Yep.
You fill out 3 other games, and congratulations, Notre Dame is an ACC team.
Mm-hmm. The marriage would be easy.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is getting them to do it.
I don't think it'll be hard to get them to do it now.
I don't know.
How do you, if you're Notre Dame, how do you read this as anything other than we got left out because we're an independent?
Oh,
because we're going to run up against this every year.
Absolutely, you will.
People, at least, and I can only speak to the ones that have either commented to me directly or have commented on our social media somewhere. Right now, it's 10-1 BYU over Notre Dame of who's angry that you got left out.
Mm-hmm.
Because BYU got left out, and people are saying, well, BYU got punished for not winning their conference championship game. No, you didn't. You were 11. In Miami passed you. You weren't in either way. You had to win to get in, and you knew that. I'm okay that BYU's out. I would be more upset that BYU's out than Notre Dame. Because you beat nobody. You make your own schedule. You did this to yourself. I get it. You have Jeremiah Love. You have a young quarterback that a lot of people like. There's a lot of skill position guys on that team. Right now, do I think they're one of the 12 best teams in the country? I sure do. But you forced me to put in Tulane and James Madison whether I wanted to or not.
Right.
That means there's only 10 teams in the country that I can let in. Do I think Notre Dame's one of the top 10 teams in the country? No, I don't. I think they're probably 11 and BYU's 12.
Yep.
However, BYU lost 2 games to the same team that's a top 4 team that may end up being your national champion.
And
I also just realized that the Peach Bowl, which you and I are doing on site, is going to be Indiana and Texas Tech. And I don't know that I have ever been that just girlishly excited in public in my entire life.
What? Well, I thought it was Ohio State and
Nope.
Georgia.
They're on the other side.
Damn it. Well, now I don't even want to go.
Well, you don't have to go.
Gross.
I can do it by myself. But
gross.
I'm going. I'm going, and I'm going to be. I'm trying to decide which hat I'm going to wear.
Ugh.
Because I like them both.
Oh. That's just shoot a horse. Jeez.
That might be the two best teams in the country. And
I could not care less.
That's a lunatic thing you just said. You are letting that Bulldog DNA get to your brain.
Oh, geez.
How can you look at what Indiana just did to Ohio State and go, I don't want to see that?
Yeah, no.
Like that, I guess.
I mean, yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't have any kind of intrigue, any kind of. I don't know. You talk. If I was going to, this is like if I was going to a basketball game, and I might expect that. Like, hey, we're going to a big basketball game, Indiana, Texas Tech. Oh, well, maybe that'd be good. Football, it's just hard for me to buy these teams as the best in the country. I don't know.
You say things sometimes that just make my brain hurt. It's hard for me to buy this team as the best in the country in spite of the fact that I just watched them. And I know you watched it because you were sitting beside me as you did it. The team that everybody has told me is the best team in the country, I just watched Indiana physically impose their will on them for 60 minutes.
Yeah. I saw the same thing.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see as much of it as I can, and I don't care the logo on the helmet. As a matter of fact, I like it better this way. I like it better that it's Indiana than if it was Michigan or Penn State or Notre Dame or any of those other teams. I like it better this way.
Why?
Because I know what's going to show up. These bowl games tend to be, especially with the playoff. We did a playoff game last year, and that was almost undeniably the quietest crowd I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Looney Toonies to show up. Mm-hmm. And I know for Texas Tech and Indiana, if you're showing up to this, you're one of the crazy ones.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of the crazy ones that was going to Bloomington when Indiana was 1-11 and getting beat by 40 by Northwestern.
But see,
that's the guy I want to hang out with.
But I felt like that was part of the that was part of the problem, right? Because you had a lot of people that went to the game that were just there to go to the game, right? It's just college football playoff game.
Well, you also remember last year we did a we did a semifinal game last year.
Sure.
This year we're doing no, I said that backwards. We did a quarterfinal game last year. We're doing a semifinal game this year.
Right, but what I'm saying is, you had a lot of people show up that they're just neutral fans. They're just college football fans. So of course that's going to take away from it because when you got teams traveling so far, it's hard for people to travel that far.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to have to worry about that for Texas Tech and Indiana, or Oregon if they're the one that's there. I just don't.
Maybe not. Oregon? Does Oregon travel well?
Not as well as you would think.
Well, I mean, I know the school has a lot of money, but the Oregon fans have a lot of money.
I don't know the answer to that.
We'll continue the discussion. CFP, what were you surprised about? Hit us up in the YouTube comments. We'll be back here on ESPN Asheville.
This is Jim.
Hello.
Jim started advertising with iHeartRadio.
All right, you're clear.
Thank
you.
I have customers out the door.
And this is Sarah.
Hi.
She started putting a portion of her marketing dollars in podcasting back in June.
Business is booming. That's why I'm working on a Saturday.
Want to be like Jim and Sarah? It's easy. All you have to do is own or manage a business and reach out to iHeart. Get started today at 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
Lock in 2025 rates with Renewal by Andersen. For a limited time, save $347 on every window and $939 on every door. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 interest, and no monthly payments for 12 months. You'll get the beauty, energy efficiency, and lasting quality you expect from Renewal by Andersen. Built, expertly installed, and backed by one of the strongest warranties in the business. Don't wait. Lock in these 2025 rates before December 31st. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Rights reserved.
If a Lenovo gaming computer is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to score exclusive deals on the gaming PCs you want, like the Lenovo Legion Tower 5 Gen 10 gaming desktop and Lenovo Lock gaming laptop. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. It's time to kick off the perfect tailgate and take your team to Ingles. Chips and guac made fresh in store every day. The best meat in town packaged fresh every day. And smiling faces giving you their best every day. Let's be real. In the South, football season is our favorite season of the year. There's a lot to smile about, especially with deals like these. Ingles. Low prices, love the savings.
This football season, Bear Smokehouse Barbecue is where the fans feast. Catch every game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on big screens with booming sound, cold drinks, and the best barbecue in town. Bring your crew and tackle the game day grub package. A dozen wings, a pound of pork or chicken, a full rack of ribs, 3 pints of sides, and slider rolls, feeding 4 hungry fans. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or just here for the ribs, Bears is the ultimate game day destination. Bears Barbecue in downtown Asheville, your home for football, where the fans feast.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment, committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
The Sportsocracy.
That is some good, clean family fun there, eh, Cot?
We are back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It is an Overreaction Monday. College football playoff rankings, or I guess seedings. It's all set. It's ready to go. Indiana's the #1 team in the country. Still feels weird saying that.
It feels weird saying it, but it's 100% true.
Well, of course it. I'm not saying that they're not worthy. I'm not saying any of that. It's just, it's like saying Gonzaga has the best football team in the country. We're like, wait a minute, they play football up there? They don't.
No, they don't.
Right, right. I mean, it's that strange to me. Indiana was last this good at football in, 1945?
I don't think they've ever been this good. This is the losingest Power 5 program. I think they just relinquished that title like a year ago.
Mm-hmm. The best player in that program's history was Michael Penix up until...
Oh, it's Antoine Randall L., but...
Francisco Mendoza. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Randall.
Yeah, and Francisco Mendoza will replace that exactly 4 months from now when we say his name #1 overall in the 2026 NFL Draft. Because all those questions I had about him, I'm not going to say he answered them, but he did enough for me to go, yep, that's all I needed from you for you to be #1 by a lot. Because you know who I know it's not? Ty Simpson.
100%.
Ty, buddy, I don't know who your agent is, but let me act as your agent for a minute. If you come out in this class, you are the biggest idiot to ever come out of the University of Alabama. I didn't say anything else. You wrote the joke in your own head. I didn't say that. I insinuated it, but I didn't say it.
Yeah.
Because he was horrible. Horrible.
It was not good. We got some super chats that we need to get to here.
It's all about the money. All about the money.
You can get into the YouTube chat, subscribing to the channel, and then you can join the House of Reprehensibles. Super chat, and they always go to the top of the comment list here. Great North Sports says a beer company is giving people free beer for a year if they change their license plate to something to do with the beer company. What do we get if we change our license plate to the Sportsocracy?
Well, first of all, you must be living in a weird place because that's too many letters. Trust me, if you could do that legally, I'd have done did it. But you can't. No, we could come up with something like that. I've always said we should do something really cool if somebody's willing to get the beer mug logo tattooed on themselves. Because I'd do it, but I'm also a lunatic. So.
Well, why don't you? You do it first, and you inspire someone else to do it.
Look, if I thought anybody else would do it, I would totally do it. And I'd get the logo for Greenville on one cheek and one for Asheville on the other.
I mean, don't put it on that. I mean, we don't have to do that. I mean, you could just get a little one on your arm or something. Get it mixed in with the tribal on your arm, or I don't know.
Oh, we can figure that out. There's a way to do it.
I'm sure there is. I don't believe that you have to, go below the belt to hide that.
We are having meetings right now with apparel companies because we have officially gotten to that point where they're now calling me, which is that's a good sign.
Nice.
Hey, would you like to for us to make you stuff for nothing? Yes. Yep. Yes, I would, actually.
All right, we got another super chat. So Jimothy says, Notre Dame, join a conference. Be a man.
They should, and I believe they will. He also had another super chat, just to be clear, that you missed.
Did he?
He had the first one.
Sorry. It's that.
We had a bunch of them.
Well, I joined in late, so it may not be just showing on my screen.
You also have a computer that... Your computer runs at about the speed of smell, so I'm not I'm not shocked. His other one was, my hot take, Kansas City won't be down more than 1 year. That is what we're starting the second hour with. So, Jimothy, I ask only that you put a pin in that because I'm not going to say I completely agree with you, but I certainly don't disagree with you.
This can change quickly in the NFL.
Oh, I have a spicy hot take on Kansas City. That just hang out a minute.
Right. We got a couple of more here.
Money, plenty of money. Give me loads of money, a lot of dough.
Are there any more that I missed, or are we at Amon Report?
We are at Amon Report, which is a really good one because it's the next level of my fixing the college football playoff.
Okay, all right. Perfect segue into the next segment then. Scrap participation trophy bowls. Give the group of 5 champs an NIT-style playoff versus at-large schools that didn't make the big dance.
I love that idea. I love that idea.
I don't know that teams are going to want to sign up for that, but because what's the end game?
You become the group of 5 champion. You have a banner that you can hang. If I'm looking right now, I'm looking at the playoff rankings as they sit. So I'm looking at North Texas, James Madison, Tulane. I really want to say Virginia, but I'm not going to, even though I feel like that's about where they are right now. The ACC to me is way closer to the group of 5 than they are to the Power 4. But you tell me I get the 12 highest ranked group of 5 schools. And they get their own playoff. And it goes on TNT and TBS. And it adds an infusion of money to those programs to keep up with the big boys to try to get in the big tournament the next year. And you play those games in Birmingham, Alabama. And I'm trying to think of Columbia, South Carolina. I'm trying to think of the good places we've been that could house that. I love that idea because I don't want them anywhere near the big boy.
Right.
But you've got to give them something.
I was going to say, I don't know.
Right. All right. So let me ask you this:
if you're only doing, if it's only group of 5 schools, then okay. Because I just don't know how you would get Virginia interested in being in that tournament.
In my head, it would only be group of 5 schools.
Yeah.
Because
what was said was give them a chance to play in this NIT style playoff against at-large schools. None of the at-large schools are going to want to do that.
No, I don't want to deal with the at-large schools. I almost want to turn the P4 and the group of, I guess it's 6 now, into 2 completely separate things.
Yes, we go back to 1AA.
So you get Tulane, you get James Madison, North Texas, New Mexico, Boise State, UNLV, South Florida, UConn's an independent. Technically, I guess Notre Dame would fall into that too. Kennesaw State, Western Michigan, and then 2 more. That's all that received votes in the poll. So
I was going to say Navy. They got to be in there somewhere still, aren't they?
Sure. But then you do that, lead it, and you put it on a different schedule than the playoff. I don't want to put these games against each other, but I still want them to have something to play for. And I ask a simple question. If you're Tulane, which is better? A chance to play 4 games in that play, or 3 games in that playoff because they'd get a bye. You get to play 3 games in that playoff with an actual audience because I do think people would watch it. Not nearly to the level of the playoff, but more than when Tulane plays Navy. You get that chance to show off what you can do, to show off your program, to the 3 stars, to the 2 stars, to the transfer portal guys that aren't going to get the big offer. And you can wind up with a check out of it. Because, look, there are a bunch of different sponsors that are sponsoring bowl games that are going, we're not doing this again.
Right.
I can't tell you who it was, but I can tell you I got a text message yesterday from somebody from my corporate days that went, hey, do you know a better place to spend money than a bowl game? Because we're spending it, and we're done spending it.
And you're not getting anything out of it.
Well, because I'm not going to say the teams that are in the game that they have a sponsorship to, but I will tell you there are 2 teams that are directional, and they don't play tremendously far from here.
Yeah.
The bowl game, not where they actually are.
Right.
Damn, that probably gave it away. I spoke too much there. That was my fault.
Way to go, Mr. Hint Guy.
I was trying.
Let me give you a hint. It rhymes with Georgia.
Give you a hint. It rhymes with Smoolane.
We'll take a break before you get in more trouble here. It's
fine. I'm probably already there.
ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400 coming to you from the Ingalls Studios. We'll be right back.
ESPN Asheville.
You're clear.
I realized after I said that there's only 3 bowl games that are even vaguely close to here.
Bingo.
So I just gave you, it's 1 of 3.
Slushy accumulating snowfall, especially
of those 3, there's only one sponsor that has a big headquarters in Asheville.
Mainly periods of some rain this afternoon, most of it light 40, then a colder.
And there it was.
And there
20s. Tuesday,
now we're just on YouTube
early,
now.
Then
It's a radio game.
45. From the Weather Channel meteorologist Ray Staging.
This season, discover the heart of Asheville at Wicked Weed. Visit our downtown brew pub for award-winning beers, burgers, and pub fare, plus a cozy downstairs tap room, beer garden, and free tours of our original 15-barrel brewery. Or head to the South Slope and experience the Funkatorium, home to Neapolitan-style pizza, savory meatballs, and 32 rotating taps. Whether you're craving hops or holiday cheer, Wicked Weed Brewing has your perfect pour. Learn more at wickedweedbrewing.com.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
out of data?
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes! Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report, United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
If your appliances can't handle the holiday hosting heat, December deal drops at Lowe's makes upgrading easy. Get up to 35% off select major appliances, and rewards members save an additional $40 on the Whirlpool electric range and the over-the-range microwave. Plus, get up to 60% off select ladders, so you can deck all the halls. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/10. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details.
At Target, great memories start with great prices. Get gingerbread house kits for just $12, plus all the Wonder Shop baking must-haves. Gather the whole fam, grab some gingerbread kits, and start building sweet moments together. Then keep the joy rolling, baking up tasty treats with Wonder Shop that'll make the season a blast. Make unforgettable
let's play
incredible
trivia
prices
time
on gingerbread kits and Wonder Shop baking essentials. And step into the holidays, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Selling your home?
Yeah.
Fridge.
Two quarterbacks in NFL history have ever won 10 games in consecutive seasons with different teams.
An
Name
exclusive
them.
AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings.
Ooh.
With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker.
Warren Moon.
$2 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market?
Boomer Esiason.
Nope.
774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
Tom Brady.
There's one.
Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream tail.
Peyton Manning.
Nope.
You know that they can get you anywhere.
Drew Brees.
Bachelor, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian.
Dante Culpepper.
Nope.
Fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed.
Rodney Peete.
Ready for the party.
Sam Darnold.
For more information,
Sam Darnold.
Coach.com.
Oh, did they hit 10 yesterday?
Yep.
Best memories start on the ride.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating
I was thinking other than Sam, because I figured he was probably the point of why you were telling the story.
you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, and Jeremy, the big guys weighing in on sports again. We had President of the United States of America has decided that his next foray into the sports world should be getting Roger Clemens elected to the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, and I guess now starts the campaign. Because he's not wrong. Let's stop it with all of the steroid thing. Please, dear God, let's move past it. We're at the point now where we don't need to care about this anymore. All of your major stars are the past stars. It's time to just let them all in and let this go. Trump going on Truth Social, making sure that everyone knows his feelings about Roger being completely vindicated of ever using steroids, which, of course, we all know is not true.
It's not that bad. You can do it. I've done it. I've seen Mrs. White's how I have these large arms. It had some other effects. Don't want to talk about that. Roger's a good American. He should be in. My outside story is probably the weirdest story I've ever told on this show.
Okay.
It's 100% true, and Tank can confirm it if he remembers it. So, Tank, you and I went to the SEC championship game on Saturday to watch your Georgia Bulldogs beat the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Yes, sir.
College Game Day was also there.
Mm-hmm.
We were not there for game day. We didn't go into the convention center. But we did see part of it on television. And part of what we saw on television was a young man by the name of Dalton Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Big Georgia Bulldog fan. His wife, Alabama fan. They were a house divided. But he was the fan selected by Pat McAfee to kick for $1 million. He said he'd never kicked before, and his form kind of steered into that skid.
Mm-hmm.
And he came up short with a kick that was accurate enough, but it came up short for $1 million.
By 25 yards.
It was at least 10 yards short, yes. Which is sad because it's only a 33-yard field goal.
I was going to say, it was 10 yards from the end zone.
So Pat says, okay, we're going to split the distance in half, and we will also split the check in half. So now we're going to let you kick a 17-yard field goal for $500,000. Pat was trying his best to give $500,000 to two newlyweds. Mm-hmm. Dalton then proceeds to step up, and we'll try to kick it a little harder, and he bounced it off the wall of the Georgia Convention Center, which was at least 20 yards to the left of the uprights.
More.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Well, Dalton was a mulleted man, like I, and he was pretty identifiable because he had a lot of tattoos and the mullet and the Georgia hat. Well, at one point in Saturday's game, we've kind of figured out that Georgia's going to win this. Alabama's going to lose this. And as I said, Dalton was a Georgia Bulldog fan. Well, I went to a bathroom in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium to do what you do in a bathroom.
Sure. Yeah.
And I was in the urinal, and I look over, and right beside me, I see a face that I recognize, but I can't put my finger on why. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so I'm looking at the television, and I look over at him, and I look back, and I go, and my head turned pretty quick. And his exact response to me was just to nod, and yeah, I'm that guy. And the only thing that I could get to come out of my mouth was, "Been a long day?" And he said, "You're not the first person that's done exactly what you just did." Which is, hey, wait a minute, you're that guy that just absolutely boo-boo kitty that kick. Which makes me realize that the Pat McAfee challenge is great if you're not going to the game. Mm-hmm. If you're going to the game, there are going to be 50,000 people that either celebrate you for making it or go, "Oh, God, you're that guy that just screwed up $500,000.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, in the future, when you tell that story, you say, "I looked over and I thought I recognized him, and I didn't think it was him until he peed on my shoe, and then I knew, and then I knew by his accuracy that."
Damn it! That was the right way to do that.
That's how you tell that story in the future.
And when I tell it tonight, you can rest assured that's exactly how I'm going to tell
it. When I'm telling it at the bar during Monday Night Football. Oh, it was a crazy weekend. It was a whole lot of fun. Hanging out with Bo and Karen Walker. It was awesome to be able to spend some time with them. Going down to Atlanta. Going to the SEC championship game, seeing the Bulldogs put that spanking on Alabama was fun. It's always fun to, see them get one back on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Sure. It was fun. I'm glad you got your moment. I will say this, and I want to say this about that game, and then we have a couple super chats to get to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this, and I mean it. And you're not going to agree with me, and that's fine. You're too close to it. Okay. I said this to you in Atlanta, and you looked at me like, no, I thought about it. I'm going to say this undeniably. Georgia has some tremendous fans that are really fun to hang out with. Mm-hmm. And that's about 90% of your fan base. You have 10% that are some of the most annoying people on the face of God's green earth.
Yes.
There was a kid beside us that lost his mind with, 10 seconds to go in the first half? There was offsetting penalties. He loses his mind, kicks his beer, and soaks the kid in front of us that was like 12 years old. And he's just sitting here like, I don't know what to do. And this guy just continues to have the meltdown. To the point that me and the guy next to me are going, I'm going to have to whip his ass. Like, it didn't even affect me. And I'm going to have to throw you down these stairs.
That's no good.
There was another guy that kept going. It sounded like he was mooing. I figured out in the second quarter that he was going, yeah. And he sounded like Kevin Hart's dad. And every time he did it, I just kept turning around going, you going to learn today. You going to learn today. And eventually he stopped because he figured out what I was doing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have some really annoying fans. And that barking, that might be fun for you. it's really obnoxious to the rest of us.
It's fun in the moment.
I mean, it might be. And you were one of the worst of all of them. Because you would do it at times that just didn't make any sense. You did it at one point 90 minutes before kickoff. Like there's 18 people in the stadium and Tank sitting here going, You sound like a dolphin.
Because you said it and I did it. Just saying. I mean, I didn't. It wasn't like I just had Tourette's and I was just sitting.
No, that's what it sounded like. I think the 4 people around us, because we for some reason got in the stadium 2 hours before the game, I think they looked at me like, "Oh, that's nice. You brought your friend because he couldn't bring himself."
Stop it.
So he just out here laughing at the bulls.
Let's get to these super chats.
Cause it's all about the money, money, money. All about that money, money, money. I do this for my hustle.
Let's see. First one's from Red Sea with a pet zinger. I would rather cut 30 acres of grasslands with nail clippers than have Drew Petzing as my offensive coordinator. Falafel football. Fernando Mendoza, you are a Cardinal. I don't know about that. I think Fernando Mendoza is going to be a little expensive. Especially considering we now have 8 teams with 3 or fewer wins.
Mm-hmm. One more.
Take it easy, money with the wink and a smile, like it ain't no thing.
This is from MLG, who said, "Are we too early to say Ashton Genty is a bust?" No, we are not, because he is horror-awful at football. Now, is it because he's actually horror-awful or because the Raiders are that bad? I do not know the answer to that.
Well, I believe it's a mixture of both. It's a mixture of he's not as good as you wanted him to be, and you put a mediocre running back behind a bad offensive line, and you get Zamir White. And the problem is you spent, Adrian Peterson draft capital on Zamir White.
So I want to tell you a funny story about Ashton Genty. Ashton Genty has 191 carries this year for 665 yards with 4 touchdowns. 1 big explosive run, which is a 20-plus yard rushing play.
Yep.
Jahmyr Gibbs has 1,062 yards, 10 20-plus yard rushes, and 13 touchdowns on 4 less carries.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to do. It's hard for a guy to have 400 more yards than you on 4 less carries. Ashton Genty is not good at football.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The Las Vegas Raiders are not either.
No, they're terrible. Right now, figuring out who the worst team in the NFL. We're talking about having an NIT tournament in college football. Mm-hmm. I think I'm almost to the point we should have an 8-team playoff to figure out who gets the number 1 pick. The only problem,
I like it.
The only problem is I'm not sure 6 of these teams can score. The New York Jets play the Las Vegas Raiders. That's the first one. We'll play that as sudden death. First one of you to kick a field goal wins. And that game will last for 3 solid days. Day and night. Like, we don't let anybody sit. We just keep going until somebody scores.
I think you're on to something here.
Oh, Brady Cook versus Kenny Pickett? Yeah, I can't wait to watch that.
The first 8 teams to be eliminated from the playoffs. That secures your spot in the Dung Bowl tournament.
Do we have 8 teams that are eliminated? I know the Jets got eliminated yesterday, which made me laugh of how are we physically still alive?
Yes, we have the tournament. The tournament is now set. Our first round matchup, the 1 versus the 8, would be the New York Giants against the New York Jets.
Oh.
You get Titans Cardinals again. Browns, Raiders, and the Saints and the Commanders in the 4-5 matchup.
You know who wins that tournament? No one.
Mm-mm.
You know who loses it? Anyone that watches it.
Anyone that watches it. No doubt. But, hey, first number 1 pick's on the line. Maybe that's how we should work it. That'll keep you from tanking.
Look, I don't think any of these teams are tanking. I just think they're that unbelievably bad.
They are.
I watched a lot of Red Zone yesterday, in spite of the fact that they had terrible audio issues in the first hour. I thought that was just my phone or the truck or whatever was happening. I wasn't sure what it was. Apparently that god-awful noise we heard, everybody got that.
Oh, no. That's brutal.
Red Zone. One job, bro. One job.
You're in the Sportsocracy on an Overreaction Monday. We'll be right back in the Ingles studios after this.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Your mountain weather forecast.
Winter weather advisories northeast.
All right, I'll be right back. I gotta
Tomorrow will be for some freezing rain and or snow around, and maybe a slushy accumulating snowfall, especially with elevation. I think most of us here within shouting distance, mainly periods of some rain this afternoon, most of it light 40, then a colder night tonight, mainly cloudy into the mid-20s. Tuesday, a little fog early, then sunshine 45. From the Weather Channel meteorologist Ray Stajan.
Take advantage of Zero Res Carpet Cleaning's holiday sale today for $40 per room carpet cleanings. And the star on top, when you schedule 3 rooms, add a staircase for just $1. Slots are filling fast, so easily schedule online at ZeroResAsheville.com.
Hey, get in. What? Who are you? I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
'Twas the day before Christmas, and at the North Pole, the elves were all gleeful, mind, body, and soul. The gifts they were wrapping the cookies were yummy with Ingles ingredients to delight every tummy. The joy in the air was as thick as the snow, and Santa was prepping to make Christmas a go. From making to baking, content as you please, when off in the distance they heard a loud sneeze. Santa was sick, and this just wouldn't do, so the elves hopped a sleigh, and to Ingles they flew. OJ and honey and tissues galore, they grabbed every cure as they ran through the store. Christmas was saved, because those elves were amazing. With big thanks to Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have: Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
The iHeartRadio app now has presets. Just like in the car. You're our #1. Make us yours. ESPN Asheville, the mountain's favorite sports station, streaming 24/7. Your home for the Sportsocracy. Weekdays at noon. The Tar Heels and Atlanta Braves baseball.
Find fresh North Carolina Christmas trees, fragrant greenery, and everything you need to deck your halls. From locally made items for your home and pantry to unique gifts, it's all here at the WNC Farmers Market. Crafted with care by your neighbors. 570 Brevard Road in Nashville.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call.
You there?
It's at 828-316-1013.
Yeah.
1013.
All right.
Just gnawing on a steak like a hobo.
We're the chain. We're
okay.
Woohoo! From the Ingalls studio, WPEK Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, W225CJ Candler, an iHeart radio station, guaranteed human. The Sportsocracy.
Did you heat up in potatoes too?
That's my dinner. I brought both steaks. I'm eating one for lunch and one for dinner.
Hot.
Stay armature.
Your heart will thank you.
Get to know them better.
Your lunchtime.
No doubt.
Dumbass.
Your heart's just screaming on the inside. It is ESPN Asheville. It's the Sportsocracy coming to you live from the Ingalls studios. One in Asheville, one in Greenville, South Carolina. As the mullet down in Greenville for his big Monday night show down on Fox Sports Upstate.
Yes, and I will be very properly nourished because I have 4 pounds of cow for dinner. Because apparently now I'm just a complete caveman. There's also no cutlery in my office, so I'm eating it with my bare hands like a true outdoorsman.
There were 4 of us for dinner the other night, and Jeremy bought 8 pounds of steaks, and we couldn't eat them all. It couldn't be done.
Just eat it like a hobo.
Oh my goodness! Just there you go.
I'll do it on camera. You'll see it in a second.
Live on the radio. There we go. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Interesting. All right. Welcome into a
Overreaction Monday.
He's gonna choke to death trying to do it. It is Overreaction Monday. It was a big weekend in college football. Obviously, we talked about the college football playoff. I'm sure that discussion will come back up at some point throughout the program. We also, of course, had all the things happening in the NFL. You had my team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know, you got a chance to put some distance in the division, go in and play the New Orleans Saints, and lo and behold, you lose because that's what you do.
I know there's a song on your board that we play in sad instances. And I need you to cue that up for several different teams.
Uh-huh.
And we'll start with one that I think all but their fan base will get some great joy out of.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Kansas City Chiefs. It's over. You're 6-7.
It's done.
I don't think I've ever taken that much enjoyment out of a loss in my life. Because I sat through the first half and went, I think I know exactly how this is going to go. Because the Houston Texans offense is awful.
Mm-hmm.
But their defense is good. Kansas City can't beat good defenses. You know why? Because you kept doing that thing that the Miami Dolphins did. Right now, there is not a huge difference between the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. The sole difference, to me, is Pat Mahomes. And Pat can only do so much. Mm-hmm. Last night, they had Asa Pohl playing left tackle. That name ring a bell to you?
No.
So I talked about him in the pre-draft process, and I went back and pulled it. I specifically said he might be a serviceable NFL player 3 years from now. He was thrown into action last night because Wanya Morris got hurt on the first play of the game.
Yeah.
Kansas City is DED, dead. Mm-hmm. They own the tiebreaker over one team that they're going to be competing with for a wild card, and it's the next team we're going to talk about. It's DE, dead. So you two can be dead together. Mm-hmm. But Kansas City, it ain't just over, it's super over for this year.
For this year.
The question is, what do you do moving forward? And earlier, Sir Jimothy said they'll only be down for a year. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Because right now, if you had to list the problems for the Chiefs in order, where would you start?
Oh, offensive line would be the first place I would say.
The offensive line, to me, is fine when it's healthy.
Money into it.
Well, last night you didn't have Trey Smith. You didn't have Josh Simmons. You lost Wanya Morris off the jump. Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you want? I think they're fine. The offensive line is fine when they're healthy. The problems that I see, you can't run the ball to save your life. Mm-hmm. Because you built this team to be that fast break, fast-paced. Look, we got Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown and Tyquan Thornton. We've got 1 million receivers that are really, really fast. Did you notice that I hammered the Miami Dolphins for doing that?
Uh-huh.
There's a reason. And last night you saw it. When you need 7 yards, you don't have anybody to get it. Because Travis Kelce is cooked. I don't know if Taylor Swift is going like full osmosis. I don't know if that is what's keeping her alive, is just stealing his soul on a daily basis. I don't know.
Taylor Swift is a succubus. We know this.
It's a succubus. Sorry. Anytime I hear that, I think of Chef. I can't help it.
Of course.
Now, I asked those questions to ask this question. What problem does Kansas City have that's not infinitely solvable when you have a quarterback? So what fatal flaw do they have?
Is there one?
Nope. That was my whole point.
Right.
There's not one. And now I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to be the first one to say this, and it's going to scare the hell out of every other NFL fan in the world. If Kansas City doesn't make the playoffs this year, which, by the way, they're not going to, they're going to end up with Jeremiah Love.
Ooh.
You mark my words that I said it, I meant it, and it's going to happen. Because that team's going to end up with a pick that's in the top 15. Every bad team is going to look at Jeremiah Love the same way that we're looking at Ashton Genty right now. And he's going to fall in the lap of the Kansas City Chiefs. And a year from now, they're going to have that with some improved weapons that can actually run a route instead of just be real fast.
Healthy.
Kansas City will be the exact same team they were.
Yeah.
They're going to be the exact same team they were.
You can find some pass rush somewhere.
Well, that's
Jones.
the one thing that does scare me, is what Kansas City does not seem to do well is find pass rushers and tackles. They don't do a great job, and that's 2 really big-ticket items. I mean, you found Rashee Rice, so finding receivers is obviously not that difficult, because there are a lot of people that didn't believe in him. Mm-hmm. Kansas City did. Mm-hmm. They keep throwing Band-Aids at things, which is, we're going to add DeAndre Hopkins or Tyquan Thornton, or keep going down the list. Eventually, if you keep putting Band-Aids on lacerations, you'll bleed to death. Mm-hmm. Kansas City's close.
Go find you an actual weapon.
Now, the good thing is that none of these are really anything more than superficial wounds. So, yeah, enjoy it. I'm not going to lie to you. I enjoyed it on social media. I took the little picture of the guy with that he's at the grave with the thumbs up, and I put the Chiefs logo on the headstone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for 1 year, we're going to enjoy this. And then next year, it all comes tumbling after, and they're right back to where they were.
Right. It is kind of monumental. It's the first time in his in his career as a starter that he'll not be making the playoffs or playing in an AFC championship game. But when you have Patrick Mahomes, that it's the cure-all. It's the tourniquet, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
We're staying in the first aid realm. He is the tourniquet. You're never going to lose the limb because of him. He'll keep you from bleeding out.
They can also restructure their way into a good amount of cap space.
Well, good.
Not crazy, but enough to fix these problems.
I was going to say they're gonna need it because it's clear now. I mean, I feel like it should be clear now to Brett Veach and the rest of the front office of, okay, these are our real problems. This is how we fix it. I would expect them to have that plan already in place.
I would say so. I mean, and you just want another reason to go, oh, well, that's great. The problems for the Kansas City Chiefs are all positions that are really good in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about Kansas City long term. Last night was the funeral of the 2025 season. I mean, you and I have been saying that for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They're not there. And now, when you have a quarterback that good, at any given time, you can turn this on and become scary.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at this point, you can still get to 10 wins. You can still get there.
You can still get to 10 wins, but what does that do you?
Right.
Because you lose the tiebreaker. You lost to the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
You lost to the Bills. You've already lost once to the Chargers. You've lost to the Texans. You lose tiebreaker to every one of them. You're not. None of those teams are losing 3 of their last 4. I just don't buy it.
Yeah, right.
You catch the Colts.
You need help.
And the Colts are going to be sitting there as the 8 to your 9 going, man, that wasn't fun, was it?
No.
I feel very sure at this point I can tell you the 7 teams that are going to the playoffs in the AFC. And there's only one that I think is debatable.
Mm-hmm.
Denver and New England are obvious. Denver will win the AFC West. New England wins the AFC East. Jaguars win the AFC South. Mm-hmm. Bills, Chargers, Texans are your wild cards. The only up in the air is that the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Baltimore Ravens. Cincinnati had a chance to make that close, and then Joe Burrow threw a chest pass. I would kill to know what was going through his mind before he threw that ball. He half jumped, and he threw it with both hands. And that effectively eliminated them from playoff consideration.
Right. At this point, yeah, I mean, the only team that I feel like that has, I don't know, an interesting shot at a turnaround would be Indianapolis, but you ain't going to do it without Daniel Jones.
Oh, that's the next segment. You make sure to keep Sarah McLachlan queued up. And if you're a Colts fan, you're probably going to like me a little bit less after I say what I'm getting ready to say.
Oh, all right. Do you have?
I love you all dearly, but I love you all dearly, but when you bet on a horse that's only got 3 legs, don't be shocked when that race doesn't end the way you want it to.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I did not hear what you said there.
I said, do you have another one before the break?
No, we've got a super chat we need to read before we do that, though.
All right.
Money from the money tree. Fall on me. Life's a lottery. Oh, 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 oh.
He literally plays the whole one just so he can do the oh.
I do. I like the oh part.
Red Sea, just laughing at the bubbles. Red Sea, I propose Jeremiah Love goes back to school for another year just so Kansas City doesn't get him. If he doesn't have a year of eligibility, give him an extra one from somebody else.
Right.
I saw it last night, and I can't unsee it. We're going to mess around and give Pat Mahomes the running back he's needed for 5 years. Just solely because they had one bad year.
They thought they had it. They thought they had it in Isaiah Pacheco, and then his career trajectory just went south. Built himself up for, at least a season, right? He was good that one year.
Well, Isaiah Pacheco runs very violently. The problem is that he runs very violently with his eyes closed, which doesn't really help all that much.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City has a ton of problems. But I guess this is where I'm a little skewed because I'm the draft guy. I don't live in a one-season vacuum. Okay, so we can never say that Pat Mahomes has been to the AFC Championship game in every game he's ever played. Awesome. If I never have to hear Chris Collinsworth say that again, it makes the whole season worth it.
Okay.
By the way, if you've never seen a giraffe when it sees a light pole, that's Chris Collinsworth every time he sees Pat Mahomes. I actually thought he was going to cry at one point last night.
No.
I did thoroughly love hearing Chris Collinsworth compare C.J. Stroud to Pat Mahomes, while Mahomes was 2 of 7 for 6 yards, and C.J. Stroud was 9 of 12 for $148 and had a touchdown. Like, Chris, buddy, we get it. We know. All right, we know. Find you someone who loves you the way that Chris Collinsworth loves Pat Mahomes. But my God, it is hard to listen to.
But it's not hard to love Patrick Mahomes. But he's very annoying.
Oh, it was awful. It was comical to me. You have sat here and glazed Pat Mahomes, who cannot get out of his own way. Meanwhile, C.J. Stroud is killing them. And at one point, he actually said, "That's something you usually see Pat Mahomes do." Can you not give this kid his credit for 1 second? Nope.
No.
Nope.
It's like John Madden and Brett Favre.
Brett Favre. Exactly. Pat Mahomes is a Brett Favre.
Every game.
I forgot about that. That was my childhood.
Yeah.
Listen to John Madden compare everybody to Brett Favre.
When you're the standard, it's hard to get away from it. Although, we get it. It used to be Tom Brady. Well, I guess it was Madden and Favre. And then, who was it with Tom Brady? Didn't we have one that always brought up Tom Brady everywhere? Or was it Collinsworth?
It was just everyone with Tom Brady.
And
you just wanted to say it's not bad enough that he kills us. Also, now we have to listen to you do all of the things over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's never going to go away. He's never going to stop haunting your dreams. Who else are we saying goodbye to after this past week in the NFL? It was,
I'll give you a hint.
Mm-hmm.
Slaughtered that horse last Tuesday. Afraid she's starting to turn.
You're in the Sportsocracy. It's ESPN Asheville. I'm guessing we'll talk about the Colts when we come back.
This is ESPN Asheville.
And we're clear.
Thank you.
Sports station.
Coming up the middle on a blitz. He throws to the end zone. Touchdown.
Beer City's Tar Heel Station.
Off the back. Wilson comes soaring in to dunk it home.
Home of the Sportsocracy.
He said, Kyle Shanahan asked, why isn't tic-tac-toe named Hugs and Kisses?
Hugs and Kisses.
Now that's all Tech's going to call it.
Live from the Ingalls studio. Weekdays at noon. ESPN Asheville.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you.
We're still doing that?
Come to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It all comes down to this, folks. Yep, the entire...
That was a COVID-19 commercial.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
But for why?
Whoa!
I do not know.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play? Yeah, he vaporized that ball. That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat.
They've just got a warehouse full of these old vaccines that they just need people to... Would y'all please come take these?
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
Yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
Out of data?
Or
No service here?
switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes! Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report, United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
We're getting our praise on every Sunday morning from 6 to 10 a.m. The best artists in gospel music are right here on.
You better not. They're trying to microchip you.
By Ingalls Markets. Low prices. Love the savings.
Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports have teamed up under a new local owner to serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports can customize whatever you, your team, or your local group may need with high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shops.
This football season, Bear Smokehouse Barbecue is where the fans feast. Catch every game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on big screens with booming sound, cold drinks, and the best barbecue in town. Bring your crew and tackle the game day grub package. A dozen wings, a pound of pork or chicken, a full rack of ribs, 3 pints of sides, and slider rolls, feeding 4 hungry fans. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or just here for the ribs, Bears is the ultimate game day destination. Bears Barbecue in downtown Asheville, your home for football, where the fans feast.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
The Sportsocracy.
One thing that you're going to have to remember, one most important factor, is to protect your quarterback, me.
It is an Overreaction Monday. The Sportsocracy coming to you live from the Ingalls Studios in Asheville and Greenville. And this past weekend, answered some questions. Are they contenders? Are they pretenders? Jeremy, there's another team that you would like to say goodbye to?
It's the Indianapolis Colts. It was so much fun while it lasted. And nobody could have seen this coming except for me when I told you it was coming 3 weeks ago. Oh, but Daniel Jones, that changes everything. Daniel Jones has sucked on ice for 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Oh, now it's Riley Leonard. Well, that I will give you this. That does make it worse. Now you went from, you could lose out, to now you will lose out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to look, and it looks really bad that now you've given up 2 first-round picks in a row, one of which is going to be in the top 15 this year, and no telling where the one's going to be next year, because you thought that you had a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. And even if you do, you don't have one for next year, because an Achilles tear, he won't be back before November at the earliest.
Right.
That's if he's back at all.
Mm-hmm.
I say this a lot, and I get it that it's different on my side because it's not my job that's on the line. When desperate people do desperate things, it very rarely ends up well. The Indianapolis Colts, I'm going to tell you, I didn't know this till this morning. Did you know that every team in the AFC South not named the Indianapolis Colts has won this division at least twice since the last time Indianapolis won it?
Okay.
That's a wild stat. They thought they had caught lightning in a bottle. In reality, all you did was beat up on a bunch of bad teams, get one really lucky win over the Denver Broncos. And he started playing good ones.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to finish this season losing 8 of 9 games. And it's about to get real bad. And you don't have a first-round pick. And now you don't have a quarterback. And that should scare you because I really don't know how you're going to do anything but roll with Anthony Richardson. I don't see a path. That's what you have to do.
Can they have Justin Fields?
From the Jets? You know what? We'll actually just send him out. It's not going to improve you in any way, but we will just, as a thank you for those 2 first-round picks, we're just going to send him to play quarterback for you.
Yeah. Maybe they give 2 more first-round picks. They could have Shedeur Sanders from the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, no, that's a franchise quarterback. Franchise quarterback that completed 54% of his passes against the Tennessee Titans and threw one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen. I swear to God, you said this, so this is your fault that you wound me up on this. I want to start a campaign with the NFL. Stop keeping track of yards. It doesn't mean a damn thing, and it makes smart people stupid, and it makes stupid people so dumb that blood comes out of my ears. He threw for 368 yards. Yeah, Jameis Winston used to do that a lot, too. You know what else he did? Threw god-awful interceptions. And that's the end of what I'm going to say about that, but you started that. That was you.
I did. It was truly intentional because I knew it was in there somewhere.
Oh.
Because I know, like everybody else, you've heard it as well. Already, they're starting see, this is what he's capable of.
All right. I just want you to I want you to say I want to say this. I want you to hear it, and then I want to move on from it. Kevin Stefanski believes so little in him that they decided to go pitchy woo-woo with Quinyon Judkins and Harold Fannin at the 2-yard line on a 2-point conversion. And they had run it so little that Quinyon Judkins forgot to pitch it. As soon as he ran by me, he went, oh no, I was supposed to do a thing. And I forgot, and I was going to throw it. Kevin Stefanski, who's a reasonably bright NFL guy, he looked at that and went, that's better than risking Shedeur Sanders throwing this in the end zone. Yep.
You're not wrong.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
But to a team that actually matters, the Indianapolis Colts, you basically ran Jonathan Taylor into the ground. Now you have nothing that scares anybody deep. You've got a quarterback that doesn't scare anybody at all. Anthony Richardson's still on IR from when he busted his face open with what was that thing, a stretching band? I said this when the trade happened. That Sauce Gardner trade is going to go down as one of the worst trades in NFL history. You're already 80% of the way there right now. Because there's a possibility Indianapolis pick ends up in the top 10. That's in the range of outcomes because if you look at where we are right now, there are 8 teams that are just absolute disasters. There's another 8 that are borderline playoff teams. Because right now, just looking at draft order, the Cincinnati Bengals are 10.
Okay.
The Miami Dolphins are 12. They have 6 wins. They could easily pass you. So could Minnesota. So could Baltimore. So could Kansas City. So could Carolina. So could Dallas. So could Detroit. And now all of a sudden you're talking about you gave up a franchise left tackle or a franchise edge rusher or a high-end defensive player for what?
For a shutdown corner.
Who's not a shutdown corner and never really has been. He was for 1 year with Robert Saleh. Outside of that, he's been good. I don't think he's ever been great. He's a terrible tackler. And now he's already hurt. It's a train wreck. It is an absolute unmitigated train wreck. And as a Jets fan, I can only say one thing. That's a shame.
At least it's your headache and not mine.
That's a shame.
Wow, you're so comforting. Jeremy Green, up for Humanitarian of the Year.
Well, I mean, look. I mean,
It was
I hate to say this way, but I don't know how else to say it. I'm going to go back to the Lane Kiffin thing and say you can't turn a whey into a housewife. And you tried to do that with Daniel Jones. And who's shocked that it boo-boo kittied in your lap? Nobody. The New York Giants have sat back this entire time. Trust me, I'm still connected to a bunch of media guys up there that have sat back this entire time going, this only ends one way, and you ain't going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the injury just compounds it.
I'm glad it just happened before he got paid. I mean, nothing against him, obviously, but for the franchise's sake. At least you didn't get to the point where you paid him $45 million for having a good season.
Oh, it's cute that you think that's not going to still happen.
Oh, really?
It's adorable that you think that's not going to still happen. 45 was never on the board. That Sam Darnold deal was never off the board, and it's still not. Because now you're all in. What am I going to do? All right, if you're Indianapolis, what do you do? Outside of saying, I hope we can get to November till he comes back.
I go find me a quarterback.
Where? You and the 10 other teams that need one. Oh, and by the way, you don't have a first-round pick, so you can't draft one in either of the next 2 drafts. Mm-hmm. So you're back on the free agent. I'll tell you what Indianapolis does, and I'll bet you practically anything you want that I'm right.
Okay.
They'll sign Daniel Jones for an escalating deal that probably tops out at about $100 million in base pay for 4 years. Very little of that's going to pay out next year because they know he's not. If he plays at all, it won't be till late. And they'll ride with Anthony Richardson. And they'll tell you how comfortable they are with that, and everything's hunky-dunky, and it's all fine, and behind the scenes they are going, oh my God, what did we just do? Because you're stuck. You say go get another quarterback. Name me the quarterback that's out there that you have even a modicum of belief in.
I mean, I'd rather have Kyler Murray. Go bark up that tree.
All right, so
go find.
Now, in theory, and that's it's a decent thought that you just had. There's one problem. How are you going to pay him?
With U.S. doll hairs.
Well, it would be great if you had any, but you got about $35 million in effective cap space. That's with no Daniel Jones. That's also with every player that you have that's hitting free agency coming off the board. This is a team that is in absolute – it looks good until you get to the bottom and go, oh, my God, they're paying like 50 dudes this year and next year. Mm-hmm. It's a super top-heavy team that has drafted decently but not great. And here's another layer of this. If you're a quarterback with any options, why in the world would I want to play in Indianapolis? The defense is good, not great. I'm throwing to a big-bodied, slow receiver in Michael Pittman. I love him, but he doesn't beat anybody deep. He beats guys by being physical. Alec Pierce, who's been a bit of a stat monster to a degree, and Josh Downs. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the Jaguars, the Texans, and not so much the Titans, but even that to a degree, going, if I had to forecast the next 3 years, are we better than any of these teams?
Well, I mean, you did leave Tyler Warren out of that. You got a tight end for the future.
I did, and you're 100% right.
And you got a running game to maybe take some pressure off of you. If you're a good quarterback, then already Daniel Jones has succeeded here. So if you're better than him,
Daniel Jones succeeded here beating terrible teams.
Sure.
Terrible teams.
Sure, but the offense still worked. It got you some wins. Like I say, with a better quarterback, maybe they'd have won some of those games that, against the teams that were good. Maybe. I don't know. I would be looking at this team going, there are things here to work with. It just has to be better than it was. And quarterback's a good way to start with that.
I just don't know where you think you're going to find one. Kyler Murray, who literally the second he went down, or out, or however you want to quantify that, all of a sudden Marvin Harrison Jr. and Michael Wilson became legit targets. That not strike you as odd? I mean, because Jacoby Brissett's the kind of quarterback I'm looking at going, that's probably who Indianapolis has on this roster. Is somebody like that.
Okay.
And I'm not seeing who exactly you're supposed to beat that way. Mm-hmm. Indianapolis got lucky. They're also going to wind up with a good number of wins. And they're going to finish 8-9.
Mm-hmm.
So your schedule's not going to be beautiful next year. If I was a Colts fan, I would be very angry and calling for the head of Chris Ballard. We have a super chat before we go into the break.
All right.
It's all about the money.
It's from Kevin Mullen. It's a Shanahanism. I can't say that. That's a stork joke with another kind of bird that I don't know how I can say that without the FCC getting angry. But he also
Facts,
said that is no doubt facts.
Straight facts.
Kevin also asked, Indianapolis versus Seattle. Jonathan Taylor going to run it 50 times. Much love from San Diego.
Much love, my friend.
Well, here's what I can tell you about what's going to happen next week. I haven't seen the line of that game yet. I would take Seattle minus 30.5. Because you can't get anybody up to speed quick enough. It's going to be Riley Leonard, and he is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's 11.5. I'm going to go bet. We got to take a commercial break because I have to go bet my house on the Seattle Seahawks. I need to call my broker. How liquid am I, and how liquid can I be in the next hour?
Yeah, how much can I get into that one? Because it looks like a big one. It is a big spread next week. That's the 4:00 game, and I believe that's going to be our game on ESPN Asheville, just by happenstance.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh no! Never mind. We got the Lions and the Rams. Forgot about that. Lions and the Rams closing out the doubleheader next week on ESPN Asheville. You are in the Sportsocracy. It is ESPN Asheville. We'll take a quick break. When we return, more Overreaction Monday.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Your mountain weather forecast.
Winter weather advisories northeast through midday tomorrow will be for some freezing rain and or snow around and maybe a slushy accumulating snowfall, especially with elevation. I think most of us here within shouting distance, mainly periods of some rain this afternoon, most of it light 40, and a colder night tonight, mainly cloudy into the mid-20s. Tuesday, a little fog early, then sunshine 45. From the Weather Channel meteorologist Ray Stajan.
Wishing the holidays could come early? If you own or manage a business, they can. With help from iHeartRadio. People are already shopping for their loved ones and hunting for deals wherever they can find them, including right here. They're listening to the radio. They're listening to podcasts. They could be listening to you. Don't wait for everyone else to kick off the holidays. Get your best season of the year up and running today. Call 844-844-iHeart or visit iHeartAdvertising.com.
When your tax dollars, your health care, your safety are out of your hands, we hold those in authority to a higher standard. Yours. News 13 investigates. Looking out for your best interests. Email iteam@WLOS.com with your concerns. With broadband and satellite, it's easy to forget that WLOS is still available for free over the airwaves. Plug in an antenna for all of your News 13 and ABC programming in HD at zero cost. News 13, mobile, online, and on air.
Enjoying a healthy dinner that tastes great means eating out at a pricey restaurant, right? Wrong. Healthy Choice Simply Steamers are delicious and healthy. The Tray and Tray steam technology delivers crisp veggies and tender protein in tasty selections, like Healthy Choice Simply Steamers grilled chicken and broccoli Alfredo. It's a satisfying meal with 28 grams of protein and nothing artificial. Healthy Choice Simply Steamers. What having it all tastes like.
As the holiday season approaches, Haywood Regional Medical Center wants to help keep your celebration safe, healthy, and full of joy. This time of year brings extra hustle and bustle, so remember a few simple safety tips. Be mindful of icy walkways and steps. Take a moment to unplug holiday decorations when you're away. Use proper lifting techniques when moving heavy boxes or decor. And keep an eye out for slippery surfaces, both indoors and outdoors, to help prevent falls and injuries. A little extra caution can go a long way in keeping your holidays merry and bright. For safety resources and more information for you and your family, visit myhaywoodregional.com or follow Haywood Regional on social media. And while our emergency and urgent care teams are always here when you need us, our greatest wish is that your holidays are filled with peace, joy, and good health. From all of us here at Haywood Regional Medical Center, warm wishes for a safe and happy holiday season.
The Ingalls Giving Tree, benefiting Manna Food Bank, is back up at the Asheville Mall for the season. We know nothing can hold back the holiday spirit of giving. Is it even worth us carrying the Oregon-James Madison game on ESPN Asheville? To the donation barrels at Ingalls locations, donate online, or is it free at the Asheville Mall? Help Ingalls Markets, iHeartRadio Asheville, WLOS, and Asheville Citizen Times ensure Manna Food Bank can fill thousands of empty plates this season. Together, we can make a difference.
The Sportsocracy.
The ceiling is the roof. Let's make it happen. Let's keep moving forward.
All right, back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. The NFL has, it's given us at least a little bit of hope, or at me at least, in one team this past week, the Buffalo Bills. It's good to see that extra gear at the end. I mean, I'm not happy that you struggled and trailed the Cincinnati Bengals, but still a team that's real dangerous with Joe Burrow. So, I mean, could have been better. But Josh Allen doing special things again.
I'm sorry, you caught me off guard there. I was expecting just a bit outside, and it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Weird. No, you ain't got to do it. My story's very basic. Did you know there's a Microsoft Excel World Championships? Oh, that's a thing you know now.
That's dumb.
And some guy from Ireland won it, and the video is one of the funniest things you will ever see in your life.
What is it like here? How fast can you set up the spreadsheet?
It's how quick can you balance a spreadsheet to do all of these different things.
Oh.
You talk about the Nerd Olympics opening round, that is it.
Excel champion.
The virginity percentage in that room is 99.7%. And the only one guy that checked no, it was a girl that went to a different school. I promise you. My girlfriend goes to a different school. You don't know her. That's because she doesn't exist. Sorry, that was every joke I had for that story in 10 seconds.
Nice.
And now we can move on to bigger and better things.
All right. Bigger and better things. Is there another team that we're burying after this past week?
Oh, I mean, I think there's a few you can bury. You hit the music, I'll just...
Okay.
It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got us again. And damn it, Jeremy was right for a 500th time about Todd Bowles. If you believe in him, he'll poop on your dinner table. Every time. You lost to the Saints.
Yeah.
The Saints at home in a monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
You lost to a team that didn't want to win.
You know who didn't want to win worser? Us.
That's like your girlfriend cheating on you with AI. That's hard to take.
Uh-huh. I don't even know what that was. Tampa Bay Buccaneer football. Every now and then they show back up and they remind you who they are.
I don't really feel like I ever forgot. Because I've railed on this team for years. Because you can't rush a quarterback. And you're counting on Baker Mayfield to be something that he's just not. And you say he's hurt. I do love that every single quarterback that people blindly believe in all of a sudden is hurt every time they suck on ice. I get tired of this excuse.
It's pretty clear. It's pretty clear watching it. He's doing that thing again. He's doing that thing that he did in Cleveland.
Suck. Yeah, because he does. Because he's a mediocre quarterback. I'll just put it this way. If your non-throwing shoulder, which is what he hurt, is enough for you to go 14 of 30 against one of the worst statistical defenses in the NFL, you're not a starter in the NFL. Just straight up, you're not. If that injury is screwing with you so bad, then go sit down. I don't understand how it could, but okay. My question would be is why does he look like this even before the injury happened? He's looked like this every single time he's played a good defense. All of them. He was terrible against Philadelphia. He was terrible against Detroit. He was terrible against New England. He was terrible against Buffalo. He was terrible against the Rams. This is who he is. If you didn't play in the NFC South, he would make $8 million and be chasing the Colts job. That's who he is. I've said this for 7 years, and I've never been wrong. But he won a game in the playoffs. Well, statistically, 12 guys are going to win games in the playoffs. It's going to happen every year. And maybe on his good days, he's 12. On his bad days, he's 29. Mm-hmm. When I'm wrong, you feel free to tell me you're a fan of the team, and I know for a fact you agree with every word I just said.
I do. It's the Baker Mayfield roller coaster.
Because everything I'm saying, I think you're the only you and Ron George are the only two Buccaneer fans that I think are realistic enough to go, yeah, he said it, yeah, he was right, and yeah, I've seen it the whole time. I just had hope that maybe there were so many weapons around him, and Bucky would be so good, and the line would be so good.
I mean, they are when they're healthy. The problem is you are killed by injuries. You don't seem to have any real plan for the offense the way that it's constructed right now. Josh Grizzard is, still growing into the job.
Mm-hmm.
When your quarterback's hurt, it's hard for him to throw the ball. And when he's not good in the first place, I mean, it's the same thing I was talking about Ashton Gianti. When you're not that good and you got a bad offensive line in front of you, guess what? You're going to look a lot worse than you are. So, yeah, when things are in disarray, you're not going to look very good. And your bad is going to be worse than it has been.
Baker Mayfield he did give me something
the cycle
yesterday.
Of the season. That's the way it goes.
He did give me something yesterday. And I will infinitely be appreciative of this because it applies to...
Was it the finger from 3,000 miles away?
Probably. It's not that far to Tampa Bay, but...
That's true.
And I'm going to use this for every mediocre quarterback moving forward. If it takes you more than 3 commas to explain to me what he has that has nothing to do with him that props him up, I don't want to hear it anymore. Well, when Tristan Wirfs and Mike Evans and Bucky Irving and the defense is not terrible and Todd Bowles remembers how to coach a if you need that many commas to get to good, you're not. Because Pat Mahomes was pretty good in the second half last night, and weird, he didn't have any commas. He had no receivers that could catch, an offensive line that was absolutely killed, and they could not run a greasy peg up a cat's keister. And I can do that with every good quarterback in the NFL. I've seen 4 separate Buffalo Bill games this year where I wasn't convinced anybody on that team actually wanted to win this game outside of Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson, we're not going to talk about that one yet. We'll get to that in the next hour. That's a whole different ball of wax. Joe Burrow, he doesn't need any of those things. Joe, outside of one god-awful throw and one that was pretty bad, he was good yesterday. The defense is terrible. Good quarterbacks, great quarterbacks, only need the most basic of things to be competitive and to be good. Baker needs to be in the worst division in the NFL, and it's not even kind of close. He's in the worst division in the league. He has probably the best trio of receivers in the league. And if you remember when they drafted Emeka Egbuka, I said the 3 of them playing together would be an issue, and weird, the first time they did, it was an issue. He needs a running game to prop him up. I mean, they ran for, 4.5 yards a carry yesterday and lost to one of the worst teams in the NFL at home. Those things are rare. I get so tired of arguing the minutia of is the 11th best quarterback 11, 14, 17, or 20. I don't care. If you're not one of those high-end guys, you're not going to win consistently in this league. You're just not. So we can talk about Daniel Jones. We can talk about Baker Mayfield. We can talk about I mean, you go on and on and on and on and on. There are maybe 8 teams in this league that have an actual honest-to-God solution at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them are just biding time until they find something better. And Baker's one of them.
Yep. Always has been.
Mm-hmm. Always will be.
It's the best scenario you could get. It's better than having nothing.
It's better than having Teddy Bridgewater. I agree with you.
Right. It's
taking your cousin to the prom is better than going without a date.
100%. Yeah, he's not a savior. He never was a savior. It's fun when it's good. When it's bad, you go, oh yeah, that's who he is.
And by the way,
it's easier to forget.
Football on the whole. Can we just agree that we need to stop giving division winners stop giving mediocre teams rewards for winning mediocre divisions, conferences, anything else? I swear to you, if I live to be 200 years old, nobody will ever appropriately explain to me why that makes sense. If you can't make the playoffs, whether it's college or the NFL, on your own merit, I don't give a damn that you beat 3 other god-awful teams. Because I hate to tell you this, either the Panthers or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to make the playoffs, and neither one of them deserves to.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to keep out a team that does deserve it. And I don't know why nobody cares about that. I can't wrap my brain around it because it drives me absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. You're gonna leave out the Detroit Lions.
The Lions, the Cowboys, both of those teams right now would beat Carolina and Tampa Bay absolutely bloody, and they're gonna miss the playoffs. So we can have a participation trophy for the NFC South. I do not get it, and nobody has ever explained it to me. Other than we've got 4 fan bases that have teams in every one of those cities. What do you think? They're going to not watch the playoffs because they didn't get anybody in? Mm-hmm. Do you think ACC fans wouldn't have watched the college football playoff if Miami, who, by the way, they don't even treat like an ACC team, they didn't make it? Now the ACC is just not going to watch. Do you hear how stupid that sounds? I've had people make that argument to me. Well, we got to give them something to play for. Play to win. Why do we keep giving out these participation trophies for no reason? It makes no sense. No one on the planet Earth can make it make sense. And yet we keep doing it year in and year out. Why? Why do we not take the best and put the best against the best?
Mm-hmm. Makes all the sense in the world.
This is one of those hills that I'm like completely prepared to die on because I know I'm the only one that really cares. I just don't understand why. Because we have the JMU and the Tulane thing, and everybody wants to whine about it, but nobody wants to do anything about it. Mm-hmm. And then I say it in the NFL, and they go, well, a division winner has to get to the playoffs. Why? Why does a division winner have to get to the playoffs? We do this every year. It's going to happen in the AFC too. Because Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati, not one of those teams deserves to be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to do it, and they're going to get frog stomped the second they get in there, in their home building. Because you get a home playoff game, which makes even less sense.
That's the worst part. That's the worst part. College football figured it out quick. The NFL, they ain't figured it out.
Well, college football hadn't figured it out that quick.
Forever.
We're still getting Tulane and JMU, so they ain't figured it out that well.
No, they're still in the learning cycle. We've been doing this in the NFL for a while. Going back to what was the first? The first one I remember was, I think it was Seattle.
Seattle was the one I think that was 7-9 and made it.
Yeah, Seattle made one, and then Carolina did it and won a game. Over Seattle, I think.
David L. in our YouTube chat said, do away with conferences and divisions. Just the top 16 make the playoffs. I don't want to go that far. because I do like having the 1 seed getting a bye. I've always liked that. We get 7 teams in, number 1 gets a bye, number 1's home throughout the playoffs. I like that. I like conferences because I want to have, and now this is not a great year to say this, but I want to have the Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, these teams that have played each other. I still want it to be the AFC versus the NFC in the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. But in terms of divisions, conference, or anything like that, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out. Just
I still want to go
fix it.
I still want to go back to 6.
I don't. I'll tell you why I don't. Because this year that would leave out a team that I think has an actual, honest to God chance.
Possibly. I mean, that's why they say we got another game. We all know it was because they wanted more
money. More money
for the play, and that's fine.
The 7 right now in the AFC is the Houston Texans. The 7 in the NFC is the Chicago Bears. Those teams deserve to make the playoffs. This year you get the Detroit Lions at 8 and probably what will end up being either the Baltimore Ravens or the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC. I have no problem with 8 missing it. None whatsoever. But I do think we routinely have 7 deserving teams. Problem is we let in 1 that's not deserving every single year.
You're in the Sportsocracy. It's ESPN Asheville. Overreaction Monday rolls on after this. Stock up, stock down. Daily draft coming up.
ESPN Asheville. Your mountain weather forecast.
You are clear.
Thank you. We have a super chat coming back. I meant to get to it before the end of the hour, but I went on a little tirade there.
Maybe a slushy accumulating snowfall, especially with elevation. I think most of us here within shouting distance, mainly periods of some rain this afternoon, most of it light 40, then a colder night tonight, mainly cloudy into the mid-20s. Tuesday, a little fog early, then sunshine 45. From the Weather Channel meteorologist Ray Stager.
If you or a loved one have been a victim of crime, the North Carolina Department of Public Safety Office of Victim Compensation Services provides programs to help you find peace of mind. We are here to help you apply for benefits that you may qualify for to recover from hardships such as lost wages and medical expenses. To learn more, visit ncdps.gov/4victims. That's ncdps.gov/4 VICTIMS.
Can you believe that we're already towards the end of the year? Time really does fly, and this is just a friendly reminder from my friends over at Asheville Smiles Cosmetic and Family Dentistry. Most dental insurance plans reset on January 1st. That means any unused benefits like those cleanings, exams, or treatments, they disappear once the new year hits. So if you've been putting off that checkup or you have a dental issue that you've been meaning to fix, now is the perfect time. Go ahead and grab your spot on their schedule today. You can book online at AshevilleSmiles.com.
Unwrap your savings with Allen's Jewelry and Pawn.
At Allen's, you'll find something for her, something for him, and something for the kids, all at huge savings.
For her, gold, diamonds, silver, watches, designer jewelry, and more, up to 50% off. For him, electronics, instruments, sporting goods, tools, and for the kids, computers, game systems, and so much more.
So make your list, check it twice, shop smart, and shop at Allen's.
Merry Christmas from Allen's Jewelry and Pawn. Shop now at their locations in Asheville and Cherokee.
Celebrate the Asheville Holiday Parade in style at Wicked Weed Brew Pub. On November 22nd, enjoy front row seats to the festivities. Doors open at 10 a.m. with breakfast sandwich specials, a Bloody Mary bar, and hot toddies to warm your spirits. Plus, snap free photos with Santa from 12 to 2 p.m. It's the perfect way to kick off the season with family, friends, and a pint in hand. Join in on the holiday cheer and learn more at wickedweedbrewing.com.
'Twas the day before Christmas, and at the North Pole, the elves were all gleeful, mind, body, and soul. The gifts they were wrapping the cookies were yummy, with Ingalls ingredients to delight every tummy. The joy in the air was as thick as the snow, and Santa was prepping to make Christmas a go. From making to baking, content as you please, when off in the distance they heard a loud sneeze. Santa was sick, and this just wouldn't do, so the elves hopped a sleigh, and to Ingalls they flew. OJ and honey and tissues galore, they grabbed every cure as they ran through the store. Christmas was saved, because those elves were amazing. With big thanks to Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports have teamed up under a new local owner to serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports can customize whatever you, your team, or your local group may need with high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shops.
It's time to kick off the perfect tailgate and take your team to Ingles. Chips and guac made fresh in store every day. The best meat in town packaged fresh every day. And smiling faces giving you their best every day. Let's be real. In the South, football season is our favorite season of the year. There's a lot to smile about, especially with deals like these. Ingles. Low prices, love the savings.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment, committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelor or bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
From the Ingles studio, WPEK Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, W225CJ Candler, an iHeart radio station, guaranteed human. Live from the Ingles studio.
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
The Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dogs eat! Let them on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh my God. The Jets killed him.
We are back in the Sportsocracy. It is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. The Sportsocracy heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app, and we are seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to the sportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel. Join us in the chat for
Overreaction Monday,
where we wrap up all of the things that happened over the weekend and, overreact to all of them because, that's what today is all about. It is week 14 of the cycle in the NFL. We're pushing down to the end here. And every week gets more and more tense. Your lives are on the line. Week in and week out. Who was the best of the week? Who was the worst of the week? First pick in the daily draft, stock up, stock down. Where are you going, Jeremy Green?
Well, before we start the daily draft, we have 2 super chats that we need to get to because I have a feeling we're going to rant about our top 2 picks because I have a feeling they're very, very different.
Okay. All right. Let's do first super chat.
All right, the first one's Kevin Mullen, who said, Kyle Shanahan says if you don't ferment your kimchi underground beneath Korean soil, then it's not kimchi, it's just sparkling cabbage. I don't know enough of what kimchi is, but what he said.
Yeah.
Would you start Blake Corum moving forward?
Maybe. What happened to Kyron Williams?
Blake Corum was real good yesterday. It was a blowout. It's kind of hard to take that too seriously. I think that's a really gross kind of committee at this point. Because Corum's been getting more touches, but that's the first. It's not the first time. It's one of the first times that he's even eclipsed 10 touches in a game.
Right.
If you don't have better options, sure.
I'll say, maybe they're getting more confidence in him as the weeks pass. I was just looking at last week. He had 80-something yards on 7 carries against the Panthers.
He looks like he has way more pop than Kyron Williams at this point.
Yeah.
I just don't know that he's going to beat Kyron. That's just not, to me, a move that you make in week 15. That now all of a sudden Blake Corum's going to be running as the 1, or even really the 1B.
Well, maybe if you start gearing back for the playoff run, start using Blake Corum a little more the last playoff weeks of fantasy, right? So you don't ruin Kyron for your actual playoff run. Maybe there's a path to more points for Blake Corum fantasy-wise. I don't know.
And then we have one more.
Another one. All right.
Show me the money, money. Show me the money. I like the cash.
It's from Long Miss, who said, my view is the number one objective is to build a team to win your division. That's why divisions have distinct personalities, and that is fun. I agree with you, and I understand, and I'll use the NFC South because it's the one that we're affiliates of a team in the division. The Panthers really enjoy beating the Saints and really enjoy beating the Buccaneers and really enjoy beating the Falcons. I get that. The problem is when we cut these into 4-team divisions, you're just cut too thin. There's not enough quarterbacks. All right, but I'll put it this way. There are not 8 elite quarterbacks in the NFL at any given time. We guarantee playoff spots to teams without elite quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I am never a fan of mediocrity making the playoffs. I understand Long This's point. I don't know how you get around that other than making bigger divisions. Of which I'll go ahead and tell you, I've never been averse to. We have 2 8-team divisions. You play everybody once. You alternate who plays who at home every year, and we roll that way. I also think you'd see a lot more parity because your schedule's a lot easier to mess around with when you only play a handful of teams from the other division every single year. I don't know how to fix it. I understand his point. I look at it, seems like every year since we've gone to 4-team divisions, there's a 7-10, 8-9, 9-8 team that wouldn't have made the playoffs any other way. Mm-hmm. And they almost invariably go into the playoffs and get smoked. I care way more in college, but it still irks me in the NFL.
Thank you, Long This, for the super chat. And then one more from our good friends Bo and Karen.
The buddy
Hey,
dance.
guys. What?
You hit the super chat, and then...
You don't like my dance?
You're the worst dancer in the world.
Probably so. It's probably so. Hey, I'm not signing up for lessons, though. You couldn't pay me enough for that. Ain't worth it. Bo says, hey, guys, always good seeing y'all. We loved hanging out with y'all this weekend on the Living the Dream Tour. Love you guys. We love y'all, too. It was a great weekend. We cannot thank you enough for supporting us all this time. True show G's. Bo and Karen. All right. Did I lose you?
Nope, I'm here.
Are you going?
I was just letting you read it out.
There we go. All right, read it out. There it is. Daily draft. Stock up, stock down from the weekend. You want number 1?
No, I'll let you take it.
All right. I will take none other than a stock up for the Indiana Hoosiers. To me, they are the ultimate winner of all of this, because never have we ever thought, in the modern era anyway, that Indiana football is the best football program in the entire country. However, you punched Ohio State in the mouth this weekend. You won the Big Ten championship. Congratulations. You are the number 1 seed going into the college football playoff, and it is a height that I never thought I would see for Indiana football. the basketball school is the number one team going into the big dance. And Fernando Mendoza stopped doing post-game interviews because
the crying thing was interesting.
He really creeped me out, and now he's off my board. Just we're not drafting that guy. That guy's creep. I don't know what that was. That was weird.
Yeah, you better, because he's the only quarterback in this thing, and it ain't really all that close. So I could say stock down every quarterback not named Fernando Mendoza that we were talking about in the first round, because woo. Julian's saying you should come. Oh, I mean, he has to come back. But even if you could come out, don't. It's a bad idea. That tape will be used against you for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana is a formidable first choice. It would not have been mine. I will say stock up and stock down College Football Playoff Committee.
At the same time?
You got it as right as you could, but you're the one that made the rules. You still got it miserably wrong. Just because this was the best of the bad situation that you created. Oh, by the way, if you'd had Miami ahead of Notre Dame 2 weeks ago, which I said very loudly, and Tank did too, actually. All you'd had to have done is had Miami ahead of Notre Dame. There would have been absolutely no controversy here whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because BYU would have been out, Notre Dame would be out. None of those teams have a right to jump. And the only thing that you're mad at is that Alabama didn't drop out for losing a game that they earned the right to play in and the others didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to say this because it's blowing my mind how many people are not getting this. You do realize that the credit for making the game outweighs anything that happens in the game, right? Because I'm not sure why that's so hard for some people to understand, but they have really struggled with it. The fact you made it is an accolade in and of itself. I don't care if you lost 79-0, which it kind of felt like Alabama did.
Most certainly did.
But they had 3 less yards than we did, rushing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's still, you can't have that punish a team, or teams won't play in it. I will say, moving forward, your ranking in the college football playoff has to matter.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of who goes into conference championship games.
Right.
I'm also fully in favor of just blowing it up. I don't need to see Ohio State and Indiana play. I don't need to punish them and make them get ready for a game on December the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
When the first round games are on, the 19th?
Mm-hmm.
Why did Oregon get to sit home and prepare for who they already pretty well knew they were going to face? Nobody else did.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana didn't. Georgia didn't. Ohio State didn't.
Yep. So is that 2 picks? Or
yeah.
Okay.
I went stock up and stock down.
Stock up.
Congratulations. You got it right. Unfortunately, you got it right within rules that you were so stupid that you set out.
Oh, man. Next up for me, stock up, stock down. I'm going to go ish. I'm just going stock-ish. I don't know. I don't know if we're up, if we're down, where we're at. I mean, it's good for the ACC to have made the playoff. You missed the embarrassment that could have been by being left out. So at least you got that on the back end. The committee smarting up and going, okay, yeah, Miami beating Notre Dame did matter. Let's put them in the college football playoff. However, you still have the fact that you had the worst-case scenario happen. The nightmare happened. A 5-loss team won your conference championship.
Yep.
Which is a joke. And it's only because the committee did you a solid and put Miami in this thing that you're not going to feel the heat as much for what just happened. But I'm sure there's a boardroom somewhere with all of those suits from the ACC, and they're going, did we just really let that happen?
Oh, I mean, I think the ACC home office should be cleaned out based on the fact you allowed it to get to this.
Mm-hmm.
You allowed a 5-win – by the way, and I have to – I'm not taking him in this, but I really want to. Manny Diaz, do me a favor. Shut the hell up just forever. Like, don't ever speak again. We should be in the playoff. If you actually believe that, you're dumber than I think you are.
If I was ESPN, I wouldn't even have sent a reporter over.
I would have cut his microphone off. The second he said it, you don't get to speak anymore. You know what? If you say obscenities on national television, we don't let you keep talking. And frankly, what you said is dumber and more offensive.
I thought that was the dumbest part of the whole coverage yesterday, was the fact that they had someone at Duke go, maybe they get in.
The players didn't even come to the facility.
Right. No one on God's green earth thought for a second that the committee was going to allow that to happen.
Oh, no, you don't.
The ACC champion in there, despite the fact that they have 5 losses. Not going to happen.
You don't throw bad money. You don't throw bad money at good. It makes no sense. It is one of the dumber things I've ever seen. I mean, we sat there Saturday night watching it after Ohio State Indiana ended. We had just watched a phenomenal football game between, to me, the 2 best teams in the country. And then we get the last 5 minutes of this, which was, which one of you is going to out-awful the other one? The only justice is that Virginia lost and we didn't have to deal with them in this stupid tournament. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm happier with JMU than I would have been with Virginia.
And I wish every person in this audience could have seen the fire that came out of Jeremy Green's eyes when I looked him in the face and said, "Oh, Duke's going to win this game." He said, "Don't you say it. Don't you put the Tank Spencer kiss of death on Duke." And I said, "Oh, Duke's going to win this game, no doubt." And 2.5 seconds later,
Virginia
they scored
touchdown.
that touchdown. Virginia scored that touchdown where he stepped out of bounds, and I'm still trying to figure out how that didn't get overturned. Were they saying he was forced out of bounds on the route? Okay, all right. I guess that, okay. Anyway, Virginia scores that touchdown, and you're not allowed to say anything else the rest of the day.
You're on conversation probation. You speak only when spoken to. Because you are going to screw around and use your powers of evil and wind up with Virginia in the stupid college football playoff.
Yeah.
There's almost a part of me that wishes it had happened just so we could see how bad Oregon would have beaten them. Because I claim it would have been 70-0. That's how not even in the ballpark I think Virginia actually is.
I don't know if it's going to be that bad.
I think it would have been a disaster.
It's going to be group of 5 bad.
Oregon will pull up on JMU. They wouldn't have on Virginia.
Got you.
Yeah. No, we'll hurt your feelings just to make you understand where you belong in life, and then we'll recruit against that for the next 10 years.
Right.
Oh, you want to go to an ACC school? This is what happens when ACC schools play us.
Right. Beating up on JMU doesn't give you quite the cred.
No.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. All right. And then I will go. You know, I very rarely feel like I say good things about them, so I'm going to give a little stock up for the Green Bay Packers.
That's a good one. A game we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, pulling out the win over the Chicago Bears, 28-21, moving into first place in the division. Quickly trying to sort things out there in the NFC North. Yeah.
The NFC is going to be wild.
Well, I mean, you have all of these teams. I mean, I don't necessarily believe in the Bears, and I'm not sure that the schedule leans out for them to be able to really put pressure on everybody else to make a playoff run here. Just because, I mean, I think they're kind of stuck where they're at. I mean, you're right. It is going to be the most interesting to see because you got good teams that are going to get left out.
Oh, if we could take out the NFC
playoff.
South, we would have 7 teams in the NFC playoffs that all could represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, and it wouldn't shock me.
probably.
If you told me right now we could knock out Tampa Bay and Carolina and put in Detroit, or Dallas for that matter, I'd prefer it be Detroit, but the point still stands.
Yeah.
Those 7 teams could all win 3 games and wind up in the Super Bowl.
It's possible.
Because I don't really think I like any of them any better than I like any of the others.
Yep. All right, we'll continue. Daily draft, stock up, stock down from the weekend when we return here on ESPN Asheville.
Honey, look. 4 calls.
Clear.
Did
they Thank have you.
Cell phones? Well, yeah.
Your camera died, by the way.
Birds because they have 4 lines of Cricket 5G. How do they pay? Oh, easy. Each line is only $25 a month. Who are they calling? Beats me. One sec, gotta take this.
Join Cricket Nation and get 4 lines for $25 per month each. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. New lines only. All lines must be selected. Unlimited plan fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Dental care can feel expensive, especially if you don't have insurance. But Asheville Smiles Cosmetic and Family Dentistry, they make it easy with their membership plan. It's an affordable monthly subscription that helps you save on routine cleanings, exams, x-rays, and even additional treatments. There are no deductibles, no annual limits, no pre-approvals, no claims, none of that insurance hassle. It's just benefits that start immediately, and so do those savings. Head on over to AshevilleSmiles.com, scroll down, and click to learn more.
You took the elevator to the 48th floor and handed him the briefing. Your fingertips touched, sending a shockwave of desire through the air. The room pulsed with a silent craving as he drew you in with his smoldering gaze before uttering the words your body ached to hear.
The next train on track 2 is delayed.
And all the while, you were on your commute home. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover romance titles on Audible.
This football season, Bear Smokehouse Barbecue is where the fans feast. Catch every game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on big screens with booming sound, cold drinks, and the best barbecue in town.
Okay, I should be back.
Game day grub package, a dozen wings,
yep, you're
a pound
good.
of pork or chicken.
Now, what were your
rack of
picks?
ribs,
I got
3 pints
confused
of
there at
sides,
one point.
I got Indiana, and then I don't know, just borderline for the ACC. Stock up and stock down.
Beast.
I'm Colt.
And then stock up for the Green Bay Packers.
Brothers. Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Lean, we was in the
I got
driveway
confused
having a
where
couple
you were
beers,
going there.
waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
It's easy to do. I do it to myself quite a lot.
Next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors.
Especially when I still feel like I can't speak straight.
Get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises. Meaning, if we say we're going to be,
I was trying to resist the urge to sneeze, and
The Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer. You're family. We're good at what we do.
I got so focused on not sneezing that I missed like 30 seconds of what you said, and you came back. You were in the, or I came back. You were in the middle of it.
Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us.
Come on, Jens.
828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we're Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
The Sportsocracy.
These guys are a f***ing disgrace.
Coming to you live from the Ingalls studio on ESPN Asheville. We are the Sportsocracy. I'm Tank Spencer here in Asheville, North Carolina. Home base, if you will. Jeremy branching out to Greenville, South Carolina. Monday nights, tune in at 7 o'clock over on Fox Sports Upstate, 104.9.
You can also see it on our YouTube channel, and this week it will not be a fire drill trying to get everything connected before the show because I already did that.
There you go.
Because it took me 4 weeks to realize I have 2 of these setups with me at all times, and it wouldn't be that hard to connect one there and one here and just do them both.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Also, heard everywhere on the iHeart Radio app.
You can see it on our YouTube channel as well, too. I had somebody ask me that over there.
The daily draft, stock up, stock down from the weekend after the college football playoff is set. Moves are being made toward the playoffs in the NFL. Jeremy, where do you go next?
Stock down Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
It ain't got no gas in it. With no quarterback, you're doomed.
Mm-hmm.
And that trade for Sauce Gardner is going to age like a dairy product.
There's no hope that he's going to regain his form.
I don't care if he does. I don't care if he becomes prime Deion Sanders. You're going to have given up 2 top 15 draft picks. Because you painted yourself in a corner, and then the disaster happened. Because I don't think they're just going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I don't think you can let Daniel Jones walk and then – see, earlier you were – and I thought about this more after you said it. You said, well, they could chase Kyler Murray. Okay, take the journey with me. Let's say Daniel Jones, who was in the top 3 of MVP balloting a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say he comes back and he's Aaron Rodgers light. And by week 1 of next year, I didn't say I expected this to happen. Let's just say it did. Week 1 of next year, he's ready to go. And he plays for the New York Jets. The team that, you traded your first-round pick to.
Mm-hmm.
And he leads the Jets to 10-7, and they make the playoffs, and you miss them behind Anthony Richardson. Everybody's fired, right? Everybody's fired. So you have to bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
Which means on the opposite side, if he's out till November, which is what we think, you don't have a quarterback for the first 13 weeks of the season. You painted yourself in a corner. And you were hoping, oh, please God, let Daniel Jones stay healthy. And he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're left holding the bag. Yeah, my shots at the Indianapolis Colts trade, it's not at the player of Sauce Gardner. It's that no corner is worth 2 first-round picks where we sit. Especially not to a team that is at best the 6th best team in their own conference.
Okay.
It's not like Sauce Gardner was going to win them a Super Bowl. Even when they were, 7-1, we weren't talking about the Colts. We were looking at the Broncos. We're looking at the Patriots. What happens when the Chiefs figure it out, or the Ravens, or the Bills? I don't think at one point we ever said the Colts were a Super Bowl threat. It'd be one thing if Denver did that.
I was going to say, they thought they were.
They thought they were. Tulane thinks they're going to beat Ole Miss. It's free to think stuff.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, you're probably right. They probably don't.
I don't believe they do.
They probably don't.
They're
probably looking around going, hey,
here, guys.
How many hats do you think we can sell with our pissed off kiddie pool?
With the sissy puddles.
We let a squidbilly into the college football playoff, and I cannot get past it. Patrick Holt, you win comment of the day. I can't say that out loud, but you win.
All right, who's your next stock up, stock down?
I'm trying to debate which side of this game I want to be on. I'm going to stock down Alabama.
Okay.
I'm going to ask a question after we just sat through 60 minutes of some of the most painful to watch football that I've ever seen, definitely in a conference championship game.
Mm-hmm.
What does Alabama do well at this point? I mean, honestly, what do they do well? They had -3 rushing yards in an entire SEC championship game.
They sure do know how to teach their female fans how to dress. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
The sundress was just 10.
The sundress is not the one I was
thinking. 10.
I was thinking about the red leather jacket, but that's
the red leather jacket wasn't bad either. No, talent in the SEC is just so far and away.
It just means
so
more.
Far and away. Yeah.
It just means more. I thought that a bunch of times. Like, good googly moo.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what. See, this is why I thought there was a chance that the College Football Playoff Committee was going to look at that team yesterday and go, maybe we shouldn't put them in. Maybe we should just put Notre Dame and Miami in this thing and leave Alabama out and just be done.
Couldn't do it.
We've done it before. We've left Alabama out of this thing before. We could do it again.
Couldn't do it in a conference championship game. It blows up the conference championship games, and you would run the risk of somebody saying, nope, not going to play in it.
Sure.
Which would be, you think the bowl games blowing up's bad? Let the conference championships blow up.
Oh,
because you put a huge emphasis on those. You take that away, and your whole system crumbles in a different way than the way it's already crumbling.
How does that happen? How do you crumble without a conference championship?
Oh no, you'd keep playing it.
We've not had those before.
Oh, you would keep playing it. You make entirely too much money to just go, nah, we're not going to do that. So what happens is you wind up with, okay, we'll go a situation just like this, where Alabama says, we're the 9, we're not playing in it. Okay, so now do you leave them out because they didn't play in it? So you're going to have to do that for a year just to get back on the right side. And then what happens if you get a team that's that's firmly in it, like Indiana or Ohio State, who says, we're not going to play in it? You're not going to leave them out.
No.
They've been the best team in the country forever. So then you let in Michigan, and Michigan winds up winning the thing. It's 8 different disasters in one. You just couldn't do it. I went into yesterday full well knowing Alabama's making this thing. I just thought Miami was going to be the one left out. And I could not wait to hear the explanation of how you leave out a team that finished 1 spot behind a team they beat.
And that, my friends, is why we ended up with what we ended up with.
And again, I say again,
do it.
With the rules that you presented, you got it right. The problem is the rules you presented are stupid.
Yep. All right, we'll take another break. Coming back. Continue with the daily draft. Stock up, stock down. It was a big weekend.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Your mountain weather forecast.
Winter weather advisories northeast through midday tomorrow will be for some freezing rain and or snow around and maybe a slushy.
I can tell my Dayquil is wearing off.
I think most of us here within shouting distance, mainly periods of some rain this afternoon, most of it light 40, and a colder night tonight, mainly cloudy.
You know what's wearing off? My goddamn patience.
Sunshine 45. From the Weather Channel meteorologist Ray Station.
I wasn't expecting that, and I was only half listening to you, which...
Just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state, only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Find fresh North Carolina Christmas trees, fragrant greenery, and everything you need to deck your halls. From locally made items for your home and pantry to unique gifts, it's all here at the WNC Farmers Market. Crafted with care by your neighbors. 570 Brevard Road in Asheville.
This is the sound of captivity. And this is the sound of freedom. Give Armenia's captive bears a second chance by supporting International Animal Rescue. Search the Great Bear Rescue to learn more.
ESPN Asheville, broadcasting from the Ingalls studio at Radio Ranch. Log on to ESPNAVL.com and make us your #1 preset on the iHeartRadio app. ESPN Asheville, #1 for sports coverage in the mountains.
The Ingalls Giving Tree, benefiting Manna Food Bank, is back up at the Asheville Mall for the season. We know nothing can hold back the holiday spirit of giving in Western North Carolina, and we remember the needs of our neighbors this year. Drop off non-perishable items in the donation barrels at Ingalls locations, donate online, or at the Ingalls Giving Tree at the Asheville Mall. Help Ingalls Markets, iHeartRadio Asheville, WLOS, and Asheville Citizen Times ensure Manna Food Bank can fill thousands of empty plates this season. Together, we can make a difference.
Sure. You know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the
Have you read this story from the AD at Notre Dame?
Get you anywhere in style. Weddings, bachelor...
I don't think so.
Family reunions.
So he was on Dan Patrick. His name's Pete Bavacqua.
Luxury seating.
Yeah.
And none of the
we were
stress of
mystified by the
driving.
actions of the
Appalachian Motor
ACC to
Coach
attack
gets you
their
there
biggest,
relaxed,
really,
on
partner
time,
in football
and ready for the
and a
party.
member of
For
their
more
conference in
information, visit
24
them at
of our other
AppalachianMotorCoach.com.
sports. They have certainly
Appalachian Motor
done
Coach,
permanent
the best
damage to the
memories
relationship
start
between the conference and
Selling
Notre
your home?
Dame.
Don't settle for
You're
average.
not in
Our
the
real
damn
estate team
conference,
at
you
Clarissa
idiots.
Sells W-
Miami is,
offers
you're
Zillow
not.
Showcase, an exclusive
Oh,
AI-powered
that's an I'm
listing
mad written
experience
all over it.
available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated...
Are we ending early so you can do one?
I think we
and
should.
sell for up to
Okay.
more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call
Oh,
today,
I'm gonna say some bad
828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
The Sportsocracy.
What are you people? On dope?
It is ESPN Asheville. Welcome back into the Sportsocracy. We'll wrap up the daily draft here. Talk a little Monday night football.
Monday night football.
Apparently, Jeremy's worked up an I'm mad for you in the last few minutes. So,
Oh yeah, I'm pissed.
He's got.
There are only certain things in. I can deal with a 7 stupid because I think the average person their resting heart rate is a 3 stupid. Me included. I mean, earlier today I couldn't remember what 7 times 4 was. I said 26 twice.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of us are a standard 3 stupid. I can deal all the way to an 8 stupid. You get above an 8 stupid, and I got a problem. And a certain person around the college football playoff just went an 8,000 stupid.
Worse than Manny Diaz?
Yes. This is dumber than what Manny Diaz said.
Wow.
By quite a bit, actually. Manny Diaz could have said they should be the 1 seed in the college football playoff, and it wouldn't be as stupid as what was said this morning.
All right, I got a couple of selections here for the daily draft. Stock up, stock down. Who had a good weekend? Who had a bad weekend? Let's go. I'm going to go stock up for the Buffalo Bills. It was one of those had-to-have-it kind of things. I know it was just the Bengals, but it did kind of expose all of the things that worry me about the Bills.
Well, I mean, look, Buffalo was on the edge. All Joe Burrow really had to do was not turn it over, go down and score, and you lose.
Oh, they were getting killed. Yeah. And they came back and win, and it kind of, I don't know, it kind of gives you that shot in the ass that you need going down the stretch of the season. Because you lose that one, and then it really starts to feel like the wheels are coming off of the bus. We saw the death of the Chiefs. Last night could have been the first step to seeing the death of the Bills. Or yesterday afternoon, whatever.
And I'll tell you that I had the Bills as my stock up, but maybe not for the reason that you did.
Okay.
The win over the Bengals doesn't really mean anything to me because it's not a good football team. What does mean something to me is that I'm looking around the NFL right now going, okay, the Steelers have a head-to-head over the Ravens. They play again the last week of the season. If Pittsburgh beats Baltimore again, basically Baltimore has to win out with games against the Patriots and the Packers, who I don't think they have a snowball's chance in Atlanta of beating. So that makes it to where you look at Baltimore right now and go, there's a great chance you're not going to make the playoffs, which means there's no Lamar Jackson. There's no Pat Mahomes. If everything holds true to form, in the AFC playoffs, you're going to have Bo Nix, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert, C.J. Stroud, and Josh Allen. One of those things is not like the others. One of those things just doesn't belong. Mm-hmm. Because there's one truly honest-to-God, year-in, year-out elite quarterback there, former MVP, reigning MVP. And a bunch of very unproven quarterbacks are one geriatric and Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
So all of your impediments, all the guys that have knocked you out of the playoffs for all these years between Burrow, Lamar, and Mahomes, they're all gone. Mm-hmm. You're the one that we actually trust for the first time in your career. Now the question is, can you live up to it? Because I think this is the worst team you've taken into the playoffs through all of that.
And then if you don't do it, it becomes maybe the problem is you.
Yeah, then we start getting into the Jim Kelly, greatest to never be able to cross the threshold.
That we do. And then I'm going to go stock up. I'm going to cheat here. Stock up for the NFC West, because can we just go ahead and crown the Super Bowl champion out of the NFC West? So I kind of feel that's where I'm at. I mean, I know the Rams just lost to the Panthers a week ago. Everybody can trip up at some point. But between the LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks, I don't know that I see anybody else taking the trophy.
They're the two I believe in the most, but I think it's so wide open. It's so wide open that it's almost hard for me to even say I have a favorite.
Mm-hmm.
That is people's favorite question to ask us. Hey, who you got going to the Super Bowl? I mean,
don't know.
The two teams, one from the AFC and one from the NFC.
Could be the two teams we're going to see tonight on Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football. Yeah, I promise you it won't be the two we see tonight. I don't feel good about either one of them, let alone both of them. All right, so you took the NFC West. I have two more, and then we finish off with you.
Yeah.
You didn't do it, so I feel like I have to. I'm going to go stock up Georgia.
Okay.
I get it that Alabama has not looked good over the last handful of weeks. Ty Simpson has very obviously regressed. But you still went into a game that they have haunted your nightmares in. And you didn't just beat them. You embarrassed them. I'm going to tell you a story from this game. So if you saw our pictures from social media, you can probably figure out we were sitting in the end zone. The Alabama band was right beside us. I forgot they were there for three quarters. They scored that late touchdown and they played the Alabama fight song. I forgot they were there. Because they hadn't played one time in three quarters. I've never done that. All the years going to games, I have never completely forgotten a band was in the building. That's how badly you beat them. Gooner, who I still do not completely believe in, he did what he needed to do. The running game was fine. I think your offense, and no, I don't want to start you on a Mike Bobo rant because I'm afraid you'll say things that could be the end of our lives. Tank said things in that stadium that could have been considered terroristic threats. The only reason they weren't is because they were said to me and not to somebody that doesn't know him.
Right.
If Mike Bobo disappears, we need to check Tank's house because there's a great chance he's in a pit beneath it with him going, it puts the lotion in the basket. But even with all of that, you were able to completely embarrass a team that's still one of the best in the country. I was impressed by what I saw out of Georgia. I still would have had them at 3, just exactly like the committee did. I think they got that right. I think Ohio State, Indiana are the two best teams in the country, but Georgia entered the conversation. I did not think they had what it takes to win a national title. I can't say that now.
Yeah.
I look at the 4 teams with byes, Oregon to a point, A&M, and Oklahoma for some reason is the one that I keep looking at going, I would not want to play them because they can score and they have a defense that's formidable. Texas Tech has a defense that will ruin your soul. The problem is they can't score. unless it's off turnovers or flipped fields. It's a very wide open playoff, but Georgia definitely threw their hat in the ring. And then my final one, I'm going to go stock up for the NFL draft. And this is going to be kind of a cyclical explanation. With the Titans winning a game over the Browns, the Saints winning a game over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we now have 3 2-11 teams. We have 5 3-10 teams, which means the bottom of the NFL is infinitely more interesting for the last 4 weeks of the season than we could have ever thought they were. I picked the Titans to beat the Browns, and even I struggled to believe that they were going to actually beat them. But the fact that they did means that we have 8 teams within striking distance of the number 1 pick, and that is, I'll tell you, my team's in that, and it gives me a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
Race to the bottom, boys. Which one of us can suck the worst? Advantage to the Raiders and the Tennessee Titans. But the other 6 of you, I know you got it in you.
All right, and then the final selection of the daily draft today. Stock up, stock down. Nobody's taking it, so I feel like I have to be the one to take it. Stock down for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs' amazing run seems to be over. The fact that since 2018, we have not seen this team miss the playoffs. A run of how many years? 7 years straight. You made the playoffs. Played in the AFC Championship game every one of those years. 95 wins with Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback in that time. And it's going to be a little strange. But honestly, for the rest of us, it's going to be kind of nice.
It's a
looking
Festivus.
at that playoff bracket and seeing no Arrowhead.
It's a Festivus for the rest of us. I'm looking forward to it.
The streak
a
comes
playoff
to an end.
without Kermit.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm in for it. I love how wide open this is. I love that Lamar's probably not going to be in. Not because I have anything against the teams, but if you take out all of those, all of the elite quarterbacks, saying Josh Allen, who's going to make it, if you take all those guys out, then it gives you a chance to start a rivalry with Drake May and Bo Nix or Trevor Lawrence or C.J. Stroud or whoever it is in the AFC. Because there are a lot of similar quarterbacks in the AFC. I think right now Drake's the one he's sitting in the catbird seat. But I feel like you look at C.J. Stroud and Bo Nix and Trevor Lawrence and even Justin Herbert to a point. They're all talented, but I don't feel like any of them have taken the step up to go, I'm going to be the next one that you have to worry about. They've either got a really good defense or a really good run game or a really good head coach. None of the quarterbacks have said, I'm going to be the one. And that's intriguing to me in the AFC. Now, I think whichever one of you comes out of it's probably going to get your brains bashed out in the Super Bowl. But maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. But whoever stands up out of that group, I mean, that's all well and good that we got a new one, right? But, I mean, are they going to stack up to Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson when everything sparks back around next year? And that is what makes this league interesting. Year in and year out, you know, some heroes succeed, some heroes fail. There has to be a winner. There has to be a loser. The fact that we could end up with a playoff scenario that has so many unknown quarterbacks involved in it It's pretty intriguing. But is it good for the league?
I think
is it good for us not to have this many known quantities?
I think it is for a year. Because invariably you're going to get somebody that bursts through it. Because I don't think Aaron Rodgers is – I mean, just look at the alternatives here. Aaron Rodgers is the only one that doesn't really have a future. Mm-hmm. If Josh Allen gets to a Super Bowl, that's infinitely more interesting.
Yes.
If Bo Nix or Drake May or Stroud or Lawrence or Justin Herbert get to a Super Bowl, that is a feather in their cap.
Mm-hmm.
And look how many years we talked about Joe Flacco a certain way because he won a Super Bowl.
Fair.
And you can never take it away from him, no matter what. I don't care how long he plays. I don't care how many teams he plays for. He's a Super Bowl champion.
Absolutely.
I think that adding another name to the hat. And I'm going to compare it to something that this is going to sound very strange, but I really believe it. Right now in college football, we have 3 coaches that have won a national title. Mm-hmm. We need more than that, which is why I need it to be Cignetti or Joey McGuire or one of these other guys is not Kirby Smart or Ryan Day. Because I need another name in that hat. It can't be the same 3 guys over and over and over and over and over again.
Right. Somebody else has got to join the club.
Yes, I need somebody else in that club because it really gives that club more credence.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break here on ESPN Asheville. It's an Overreaction Monday. Jeremy's overreacting. He's mad about something. We'll give you one when we get back.
ESPN Asheville.
And we're clear.
Your mountain weather forecast.
Winter weather advisories northeast through midday tomorrow will be for some freezing rain and or snow around and maybe a slushy accumulating snowfall, especially with elevation. I think most of us here within shouting distance, mainly periods of some rain this afternoon, most of it light 40, then a colder night tonight, mainly cloudy into the mid-20s. Tuesday, a little fog early, then sunshine 45. From the Weather Channel meteorologist Ray Stajan.
This football season, Bears Smokehouse Barbecue is where the fans feast. Catch every game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on big screens with booming sound, cold drinks, and the best barbecue in town. Bring your crew and tackle the game day grub package. A dozen wings, a pound of pork or chicken, a full rack of ribs, 3 pints of sides, and slider rolls feeding 4 hungry fans. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or just here for the ribs, Bears is the ultimate game day destination. Bears Barbecue in downtown Asheville. Your home for football where the fans feast.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Awards reserved.
The Ingalls Giving Tree benefiting Manna Food Bank is back up at the Asheville Mall. This season, bring non-perishable food items to the tree or drop them in the barrels at your local Ingalls. Join Ingalls Markets, iHeartRadio Asheville, WLOS, and Asheville Citizen Times. Together, we can make a difference for Manna.
This Christmas season, visit your local Boot Barn store for top-quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots and American-made felt hats to premium leather jackets, our in-store partners will help guide you as you shop, assisting with boot fitting and providing complimentary hat shaping. This Christmas, share a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
When you make safe driving decisions,
I think you're going to absolutely love the analogy I'm getting ready to make. It might be one of the best I've ever made.
A message from the
Nice
Safety Program. More at ncdot.gov/drive safe.
This football season, Bear Smokehouse Barbecue is where the fans feast. Catch every game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on big screens with booming sound, cold drinks, and the best barbecue in town. Bring your crew and tackle the game day grub package. A dozen wings, a pound of pork or chicken, a full rack of ribs, 3 pints of sides, and slider rolls feeding 4 hungry fans. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or just here for the ribs, Bears is the ultimate game day destination. Bears Barbecue in downtown Asheville, your home for football, where the fans feast.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment. Committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in
Is this the last commercial?
Yep.
Experience
Temper.
to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have: Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
Dirty turkey shark back flat.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
Shark back flat. Morton Phillip.
Good. Let the hate flow through you.
One of our great partners in sports is Armchair Commentary, Mr. David Smith. He has a line. It's free to say excrement. And he's not wrong. You can say whatever you want to. But there is a level of stupid that you get to that I cannot leave alone. And that has been reached by Notre Dame Athletic Director Pete Bavacqua, who went on the Dan Patrick Show this morning and said the ACC has caused permanent damage to their relationship supporting Miami. Over the course of the last week, the ACC network played the Miami-Notre Dame game a dozen times, which, first of all, good for you.
Yeah.
They also posted a side-by-side of Notre Dame and Miami of which team should make the playoff, which led Bavacqua to say this: "We were mystified by the actions of the conference to attack their biggest, really, partner in football and a member of their conference in 24 of our other sports. They have certainly done permanent damage to the relationship between the conference and Notre Dame." Well, Petey boy, let me explain something to you. When you decide to be a mistress, you don't get pissed that you don't get to go to dinner on Valentine's Day, which is exactly what you did. You said, you know what? We're okay with being your dirty little secret of we'll play 5 of your crappiest teams and beat the bejesus out of them every single year. And you trot us a Clemson or a Florida State every few years, and maybe they'll be good, and maybe they'll be a resume builder, or maybe they'll beat our brains out, as has also happened during this. But the day you look at the married guy and say, you know what, you don't even have to leave her. I don't care. I'll just be your mistress and we'll have some fun on the road. You don't get mad when he backs up his wife when you're up for the same job promotion, which is exactly what happened here, because we're married to Miami. We're just messing around with you on the road. If you want to be treated like a wife, then find somebody that ain't married, because the ACC is. And until you're all in, we're all out. And you can kick your Irish leprechaun ass down the road, because you are getting no sympathy from anybody in the ACC. We liked it. You got what you deserve. And low-key, we're all sitting back laughing because you've been on the fence here for so many years, and you're the only one left. BYU is an independent. Guess what they figured out? We should go to the Big 12. The Big 12 did them no favors because they had one legit good team. They lost to Texas Tech twice. If I'm doing the rankings, BYU's over Notre Dame, and it's not even close. And had Notre Dame gotten in over BYU or Miami, it would have been an absolute travesty. And I don't care how many leprechauns or 4-leaf clovers you throw my way. You know I'm right. I'm mad.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. That was on the fly. I didn't even plan that one. Didn't have anything scripted out. Just top of the dome. I told Tank in the break, I said, I'm telling you, I'm about to throw out the best analogy you've ever seen me throw out there, and I saw it marinate on his face when he realized what I was getting ready to say.
That was a pretty good one. Notre Dame, though, I mean, hey, if I got a chance to make $20 million, though, on a playoff run every 3 or 4 years, do I need a conference? That's still my question.
Oh, I mean, again, you don't need a husband if you're okay eating pints of Haagen-Dazs on your couch on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And some people are. Yeah. Notre Dame, if you want to make it by the skin of your teeth as the 9 seed playing the first round every single year, more power to you. We're not changing the rules for you. Sorry about your luck. Conference championships matter. Conference championship games matter. And I got news for you. I hate to tell you this. If they had been honest throughout this entire thing, Notre Dame should have been behind Miami the whole time. We should have been treating Notre Dame the way we were treating Vanderbilt. If things go completely nanner-stuffins, then maybe you could get in here, but you don't deserve it.
We'll be back with you tomorrow on ESPN Asheville for
Power Rankings Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll sift through all of the madness in the NFL after the week wraps up. Monday Night Football tonight. We've got the L.A. Chargers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Another gotta have it between these two. Should be fun. We'll recap it back here tomorrow in the Ingles studio.
All across the Tar Heel state.
And we're clear.
On the run. Trimble to the cup, layup, counted in the foul.
This is Carolina basketball.
Long rainbow 3-0 but net from the rookie.
I need Dayquil. I'm going to take Dayquil and NyQuil at the same time and see which one wins.
This is your radio home for the Tar Heels.
Asheville's home for the Tar Heels is ESPN Asheville.
'Twas the day before Christmas, and at the North Pole, the elves were all gleeful, mind, body, and soul. The gifts they were wrapping the cookies were yummy, with Ingles ingredients to delight every tummy. The joy in the air was as thick as the snow, and Santa was prepping to make Christmas a go. From making to baking, content as you please, when off in the distance they heard a loud sneeze. Santa was sick, and this just wouldn't do, so the elves hopped a sleigh, and to Ingles they flew. OJ and honey and tissues galore, they grabbed every cure as they ran through the store. Christmas was saved, because those elves were amazing. With big thanks to Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
I'm Amy Grant. No one was more surprised than I was to learn I was living with a rare heart condition. So listen to your heart. I'm here today because I did. Learn more at helpheart.org.
From the Ingles studio.
Did you just play the draft sound?
Fairview.
I did. I wish my face had been on camera right there because I perked up like a dog that heard the cheese door.
ESPN Asheville.